is a certain man with chops upon his face.
He is big and strong and finally found his place.
Most players look at him with terror and with fear.
But to Oiler fans, their eyes he brings a tear. He can skate about 100 miles per hour, full of anger and fire. But he's also got the hands and power that a fan base desires. Cassian shot the puck and it went in. He scored a goal, so we'll play the song. Cassian, he's missing teeth when he grins. He'll beat you up if you do him wrong.
6:01 on a Friday morning. You are with the Nielsen Show. Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric with you. Thank you very much for being here. Maddie, can you turn up my phones? Is it possible? Is it possible? Lieutenant Eric is already cracking the packs because the packs are back. Woo! Trevor Zegras.
It's a smooth card, hey?
Fresh off a new deal, wearing the whites.
Good
The
way to
whites
start
and
a
the
Friday.
oranges. You can't see it, but it looks terrific. We haven't pulled that one yet, have we?
Nope, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
a good way to
nice.
start.
Let me do a package.
Props last night as well. Great night. We'll get into it. But Atif bringing the cards. What, 3 packs? We get an Andre Vasilevsky?
That was incredible. So Atif sitting there last night at Century Casino and goes, "Hey, Dusty! Hey, Dusty! Come on up here." So we go up, and he's got, what do you have, 4 packs? 'Cause
Yeah, it was
Savage
very
had a pack.
select, yeah.
So, and I opened it. I hadn't seen one of these gems. And then you're like, "That's a gem. That's a gem. That's a Vasilevsky gem."
We hit
I was
big.
just like, "Oh, okay." So that was awesome.
Hey, just another night at the casino, right? Like
Holy
that's,
smokes.
That's big hits.
Also, Atif did bring and present me with, I think you got video of it, presented me with a big can of New England clam chowder.
Your very own.
And he thought it was the funniest thing of all time. And it kind of was the funniest thing of all time.
I just love that he snuck a can of clam chowder into the casino bar. I really.
I walked out of the casino last night with $1,200 in cold hard cash. I got stories about last night.
Did you go to the tables afterwards?
No. And I kept staring at those ponies. I was like, how do I bet on this? Like, I want to know. I don't know what to track.
We were this close to the Caliente Greyhound racing. too.
Yeah, well, you found it. You're like, there it is. The Caliente Greyhound racing. I was like, what? This is incredible. But last night was awesome. It was a really good time. I mean, there's a lot that we can break down from last night, and we certainly will. But I just like to start by giving a conch to Renee and the staff at Century Casino, Fort Road, Sports Bar and Lounge. Just incredible last night. Meeting Renee was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think we all, if you've met Renee down there, you've instantly fallen in love.
Look, I was telling you stuff, and you guys, whatever, how good can it be? But I think yourself, Tom, I mean, everybody's had different accounts last night.
Yeah.
I guess yours was of a college football
Well,
flavor.
like, so you tell me, like, oh, yeah, Renee bets on a lot of stuff. So I went up, I was
how
just
good
like,
can it
so,
be?
are you on anything? And the best part is that the Coolbet hotline of the day yesterday was DJ Moore, over 49.5 yards. I was literally 2.5 minutes late for the start of the game. He had already covered it. And I had a Fields DJ Moore stack in my fantasy league going up against Jamie Thomas, who was trying to rip me off in that trade all week. And it ended up working out extremely well.
It was hell of a night.
So, yeah, it was great. DJ Moore with just an all-time performance. But to cover a Coolbet hotline in the first 2 minutes of a football game was just unbelievable.
When
one of the
you're still
reasons
in the
we said
Uber
we
trying
took
to
it.
find the casino,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, one of the don't want to get me started on an Uber guy.
You got beef.
But I do have beef with him. But he was a nice guy.
Well, that's, yeah.
But if you're an Uber guy, all you do is follow the map. You couldn't follow the map. Anyway, we get there, already covered. And we said yesterday, when we were doing the Coolbet hotline today, I said, they like to throw the ball down the field to DJ Moore. And the Commanders give up big plays at a pretty alarming rate. Boom. Happened right away. Was awesome. So anyway, I go up to Renee. I say, hey, what are you betting on tonight? Like, Eric says you're always betting. And she was on a bunch of stuff. And she goes, yeah, I do know. But she was on the Commanders. And she goes, I figured I've been hot for a couple of weeks here. So I was just like, oh, you are a DGen. And then she goes, last Saturday I went 11 for 11 on my college football plays. And at first I was like,
Then you passed
who
out.
bets on 11 college football games? And then I was just like, oh my God, this is nuts. So she's very unlike everything our Renee is.
But if there could be an alternative, this is the better one. Like,
this is Bizarro Universe Renee.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. Let me quickly lay out the show for you today. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you would like to get in today, that is your Paris Jewelers inbox. You can go in there and buy things and not pay for a year. Canadian, family-owned, 23 locations across this country. 780-218-9999. Nasty chat's already going today. That's great to see. And, of course, the inbox will be hopping. It's the Friday morning, 780-218-9999. One of you will win the text of the day. And, of course, the text of the day today will get you a gift certificate from our wonderful friends at A&W. You can go try those new Chicken Cruncher sandwiches today. They are available at all of your A&W locations. If you weren't with us yesterday, welcome to the Nielsen Show, uninterrupted. The only time that we won't be talking is when Eric's doing his sports update. Outside of that, we're rocking and rolling again as we work our way through the show this morning. Jerry Karpiak, he's arrived in the inbox this morning. He says, keep up the great thing you are doing. You should all be proud of your accomplishments so far and bigger and better still to come. Cheers. It was great.
It's great to see Jerry last night.
And he came dressed for the part.
A little overdone, but that's fine. I did
White shirt,
looking great.
tie.
Yeah.
Now he's a finance guy.
Sure, yeah.
At a dealership, so you got to be a fancy dresser.
Yeah,
got to be a fancy boy.
Show up as you do.
Yeah, but it was good to see him. Good to see the entire crew out there last night.
He didn't have the shot ski though this time, which was
no. I was
to my relief on a Thursday heading to work Friday.
Little disappointed in that one. That was tough. Okay, so what else stood out from last night? Well, here, let me lay out the rest of the show.
The best evening, I didn't share, I just didn't share anything. Like, I'm going through videos and photos this morning. I'll be dumping that all this morning. Yeah, but it's a sign of a real good night, when you're like that.
I put out one tweet because I was like, we should probably put out a nice tweet with everybody there. Yeah. And the crowd was great. It was a really fun night. So we're going to get to that in a second. CFL Week 18. Elks back in business against the Argos. We'll get into that in this hour. Oilers wrap up the preseason against the Kraken. So we'll get into that. We'll give you a short list. We're going to announce our beer name at 8:35 when Red Beard is in with Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. We'll give you the 5 names on the short list coming up here in the 6 o'clock hour. Just after 7 o'clock today, Mike Johnson is going to join us, but he's taping something with TSN from 7 to 8. So Pat Gregoire is going to pop by, who's become a huge fan of Mr. Lean. Like, I think P. Greggy and Mr. Lean need to meet at some point, and that'll be good.
Their powers.
That being said, Brighton didn't do anything for us yesterday, and it was extremely disappointing. But the best part about sports betting is you got a chance to bounce back the very next day or later in the day, that very same day you lose, if you really are a DGen. So
VAR strikes again, Maddie?
Is that what ended up happening?
Oh, they should have won. They had a goal that was called a pen. They called the penalty on the field, VAR, blah, blah, blah. It was a handball. And then all of a sudden they resumed play. And we're sitting there stuck.
Yeah, because Matty came running over here when I was doing long shot yesterday, and he goes, kick for Brighton.
Yeah,
and then he texts me, and he goes, the kick's been taken away.
And just stolen. Like, nobody really knew how. And then they go to tie the game. So if that would have counted, it would have been 3-2, and Brighton would have had the win.
See, so there's always a
VAR.
story. This is a perfect example. There's anybody who ever loses a bet has a story on how it should have hit.
It's absolutely,
it totally should have hit.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Anyway, Pat Gregoire is going to pop by here around 7:05 today. We'll get into that. 7:45 today, a new segment with United Sport and Cycle called The Local Spin. We're going to be putting a focus on local sports at least once a week. And Chris Morris is going to join us. The Golden Bears, they've got something cooking this year. So Morris is going to pop by. And then we're going to do some local spin trivia, and you have a chance to win a gift certificate to United Sport and Cycle. So be ready for that. That is on the way. 3 questions too many, kind of easy trivia. Mike Johnson for Pro Am Sports. MJ is going to stop by around 8:20 this morning. That'll take us right into Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week around 8:30 today. And that is where we are going to announce exactly what our lager will be called. Barry, happy dance party Friday, nasties. Let's go. I agree, buddy. It's time to kind of get rolling here, isn't it?
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Dance Party Friday with the Nielsen Show. Big Maple in the nasty chat this morning. When Sam Howell boned me on over passing yards, we bet on 1 a.m. Bulgarian water polo.
Yes. That's the way you do it.
Yes.
Follow the sun.
There's got to be a website out there for insider tips on Bulgarian water polo.
Now he's wearing that new cap. It's really messing with his game. The hooker, I guess, whatever position they are. I don't know what the...
Cheesesteak review, please. Well, there was food everywhere.
But those
I got
cheesesteaks
there
were
was
flying out
two.
of the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Cheesesteaks. It was Maddie had one. He didn't get any onions on his. This guy. I had one. No onions or peppers.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, "Where's this going?"
It was. But they had the nachos were sitting out there when I first got there, and those nachos, I believe, if I remember correctly, have like full strips of, is it bacon? Or there was like full strips of meat on these nachos.
They have a lot of brisket meat that's going around there. Could be bacon too.
Brisket meat.
It's multi-layered. It was a huge plate.
Huge plate.
They had the fried chicken drummies, wings all over the place. I had a nice jalapeno. Was it the cream cheese filled jalapeno?
I saw those things. I couldn't do it.
Well, that's a little hot.
Yeah.
But I took one of those down. But
those went quick.
Yeah, I had the cheesesteak. Finished the plate. Delicious fries. A little bit of gravy. Spectacular. Just spectacular.
That gravy, because you're dipping it in, you're dipping the cheesesteak into that. Like
yeah.
It was. I was dipping almost everybody. The gravy at this place.
Okay.
The gravy at Century Casino was delicious, and I love the fact that there was this lineup to get that $9.99 prime rib.
It's
But let's be honest. Where can you go out anywhere nowadays and actually get like the cheesesteak and fries and gravy for less than $10
in the sports bar, and then you pop over for the prime rib.
Prime rib. So I chatted with a couple, two friends that were there last night, and I said, "You guys come here much?" And they said, "Well, we come on Thursdays, either for the prime rib, and if the line's too long, we come in for the cheesesteak."
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
I said, "This is amazing.
You got options.
This is a
It's
great
just
place.
like the ponies too.
Yeah. So I would. I mean, as advertised, the cheesesteak was as advertised, buddy. Good call on that. They must have ran out 30 to 40 of them for our area alone. And it was a lot of fun. That cheesesteak was legit last night. What else happened? Okay, so Jesse. We got to talk about Jesse.
Yeah.
This guy is unbelievable. So it probably didn't show up till the second half. And then he just rolls in wearing this like skin-tight Chiefs jersey.
Very tight.
It's signed by Ron McLean. And he goes, "My ball hockey jersey from high school." I say, "Hey, did you just get here?" He goes, "Yeah, I was helping my wife." Did you know why he was like?
No.
He goes, I think it's either Tommy or Matt were there when he goes, "I was helping my wife make potato salad." I said, "What? Like, why are you and your wife making potato salad?" He goes, "She's got a work party tomorrow, and her job was to bring potato salad to like this potluck." I said, "So like, how many people work there?" He goes, "Like 60 people." I said, "So you made potato salad tonight for 60 people?" He goes, "We got enough for probably about 20 to 25 people. But there's also 3 other salads coming."
Oh, well.
And I was like, "Oh, you're going to be good then.
Yeah,
you're going to be good." So
fine.
sorry I couldn't get here. I was making potato salad with my wife. And then I was thinking, what show was it? Oh, it was Seinfeld. When one of the rickshaw guys was like, "Potato salad." Wasn't his name Potato Salad? I feel like there was a character on Seinfeld named Potato Salad. I might be wrong.
Well, he salutes and then he's talking a bunch of gibberish.
Potato salad, sir, or whatever. I think his name, somebody will correct me, 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat.
Vegetable lasagna as well with the plain with the lane.
Vegetables. Did you guys see how Michael's talking about how he's never had a vegetable his entire life?
People are sending that link in to the Paris Jerusalem box.
Okay, yeah, because I saw that this morning, and I feel like it's a bit. Like even I've had vegetables on at least like a weekly basis when my wife knocks me out and while I'm sleeping jams carrots down my throat.
But you'll kindly ask to remove the onions and peppers from a smoked brisket cheesesteak.
Well, I don't want to ruin meat. Like I'll eat vegetables on the side. Like I'll eat carrots.
I understand if it's a Brussels sprout thing, but this is peppers and onions on a nice beef and cheese. And
I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind like cooked green and red peppers, but I just don't like them mixed into other things.
Okay.
But my two go-tos are carrots.
Yeah, raw, boiled.
Boiled carrots.
Okay, yeah.
I don't mind raw carrots either. And then the vegetable medley bag from from like Save On
with
frozen peas and carrots and corn niblets. I also love corn niblets and cream corn. So I get my vegetables. I can't believe Al Michaels says he's never had a vegetable.
He's done it by accident. Like
he's kind of like exaggerating.
You'd be a shepherd's pie type of guy, would you not?
I love shepherd's pie.
That's perfect.
As long as it has no little slivered onion in it.
Okay, but you got the peas, you got everything else.
Yeah. So this Jesse guy's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, I usually don't get up to 7, but I'm going to try to get up at 6 tomorrow. If you guys could give me a conch. He goes, I can't believe I'm meeting you guys. So I signed his jersey. Maddie signed his jersey. You signed his jersey. Tommy Gazzola signed his jersey. Then my parents roll in, and Jesse's like, oh my God.
That's what he came to see.
HR Daddy. I was just like, oh no.
Renee signed it as well.
Yeah, Renee signed. Renee has a great signature too. But so my dad, HR Daddy, signed this guy's jersey as HR Daddy, and it was actually HR Daddy. Part of me thinks my dad's been working on an HR Daddy signature. Like it looked pretty good.
I also don't think he charged him the fee.
Yeah,
it was waived for this.
Yeah,
you know, usually HR Daddy. I mean, that's. Just...
And then YouTube Trev got in the mix as well. And then Trev after was standing there and goes, man, I can't believe I signed that guy's jersey. This is the greatest night ever. So
there's a good photograph of him doing that. We're gonna blow it up and maybe posterize it here on one of the walls.
It was all in all, it was a really good night.
Fun night.
It's got me really fired up for when you're giving away the trip. What's that? December. That's late November.
Late November trip, December 3rd. We'll be doing the draw late November there at the Central Casino Sports Bar Lounge.
And then our Super Bowl party will be there as well. And I'm thinking the Super Bowl party will probably have to be an invite only. I feel if we're planning like a major Super Bowl party there, we probably keep the numbers in check.
Yep. Yep. And the Super Bowl is on Sunday, and we usually work Monday. And we were talking about now how we can.
Do we make?
I mean,
the Monday after the Super Bowl and Edmonton Sports Talk stat.
A holiday, yeah. I mean, HR Daddy's here. We can talk to him today.
Yeah, we'll sit down. HR Daddy, what do you think? What do you think about Monday after the Super Bowl off?
We'll do Christmas. You know, like that's fine. We'll work straight through, but
that would be
AFC, NFC. I mean, you always took the Monday off from that weekend. That was a stat for you.
Any day, we have to lay out like after Grey Cup, after Super Bowl. Like there's certain Edmonton Sports Talk stats where people go, man, do you hear the boys today after the Super Bowl? Oh, no, it's an EST stat today. The boys aren't in.
Well, for us and the listeners. I mean, you know, you take a little time to or maybe we start staggered a little later in the day.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, Nasty Chat is where you can get in. Hammer that thumbs up for us. That would be great. 780-218-9999. And we'll continue to work our way through. I've got a bunch of... Oh, yeah, so this might have been the most embarrassing thing about the entire night. So we had a great time. I had a couple buddies who were at one of our other buddies' restaurants opening. I believe it's called May. My buddy Jimmy Shuchuk just opened this restaurant, and I don't even know if it was officially open last night or if it was like a VIP sort of event. So my buddy Maddie is texting. And Maddie, when I'm with Maddie, we usually get up to no good. So I limit my time with Maddie because I try to stay focused on a bunch of other things. But he's texting me and he goes, hey, me and Beecroft, we're going to swing by. And I said, okay, cool. Yeah, come on by. Like, we'll be there for a little bit. And so then he texts me around 9:45. And he's like, hey, what's the plan? I said, well, you guys coming by here? Or he goes, no, you should come down. You should come down to the restaurant opening. It's closed now. It's like just us in here. They got like a little VIP wine special thing. Yeah, I was like, oh, that kind of be fun. So then but my parents were driving me.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I took an Uber over there, and then because I knew my parents were coming later, so I could have a couple drinks, and they were going to drive me home. So then about 10 o'clock, just after 10 o'clock, Maddie texts me and goes, get in an Uber and call me. You have to be here. I've got a couple of surprises for you.
Surprises?
He's like, you know everybody here. They want to see you. And I was like, oh, man. So I looked at my parents like I was like 16 years old. I was like, do you think you could drop me off to see Maddie and the guys?
Can I go out tonight?
Yeah, can I go out a little bit later? And my dad's HR daddy goes, no, we're driving you home, and you got to work in the morning. And I was like, yeah, but maybe I'll just pop by for one. Like, you guys can even come. They're like, bring your parents. We'll show them a real nice time.
They treat him like a king and a queen.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, they'll be pouring the wine and, serve on them hand and foot or whatever the saying is. So I kind of looked again. And then I literally had to text my buddies last night and say, sorry, I can't come out with you. My mom and dad won't let me. They're driving me home.
It's a tough look, I guess.
That's a really tough look as a 42-year-old man.
And
really
they're still partying, I would assume. Like that's you missed out on.
Well, that's the problem.
Multiple surprises to which you'll never even figure out what they were.
If I would have gone, I probably would have been dropped off here in a cab at 5:30 this morning. So in the end, mom and dad probably knew best again, but it was really tough for like the first time in the last 20 years of my life to be like, sorry guys, I can't come out. My mom and dad won't let me. So
you rubber boot.
Yada, yada, yada. A great night at the Century Casino, Fort Road in Edmonton. He will be there for the Monday Nighter. How about the game itself last night?
Well, hey, Road Dog.
Man, Road Dog hit big time. How great is that when you're crushing a Road Dog hit that early? And it was really never in doubt. This guy was on the Bears +6 yesterday. I was on the Bears +6 on the lock shop yesterday, and Huss and P. Greggy were mocking me. They were mocking me.
Wow.
But in the end, it was the Road Dog who got it done again.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions of the World, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws.
I love when he does that.
I love when DJ Moore does what he did. Maddie, you have Justin Fields in the Rusty Truck League, right?
Yeah, he was living large too.
I loved sticking it to Jamie Thomas this week. After he pissed me off with that Deshaun Watson, CJ Stroud offer, I'm going head to head with him. The combination of DJ Moore and Justin Fields got me 78 points in that league last night. Another league I'm in, Fields alone went off for like 45. So it was a remarkable night. But the Chicago Bears, I mean, I don't know if this game is more on. I think I saw somebody tweet last night that Justin Fields is now tied for the interception or the touchdown lead, passing touchdown lead.
Sure.
In the National Football League, I think he has 11.
Quarterback problem in the NFL.
Does that one sting? The Commanders, you got to be pretty disappointed in what happened last night, especially Milne. Our buddy Milne, who was there. He was in the Washington jersey. Like, that's his team. He's not. He's not making that up.
Well, you see a guy like him in the wild, and you're like, what's going on here? Is this a bit? And then he's like, no, actually. And then we were talking, every NFL fan has a story, especially in Canada, right? So he's telling me his about Washington, and he's got the shoes, and he's got everything. But then he's flipping the bird to my brother every time I play. But even in the first half, I mean, he's flipping so many birds. It was done.
Yeah.
Felt bad for the guy. And I again, Washington, I told him I have a bit of a soft spot for the Commanders. Ron Rivera, they're not, you hate everybody else in that division too, Cowboys and Giants. It's the Commanders. I don't have any,
But to get done up like that by the Bears at home.
That would be the team to do it at home, right? If any team were to lose.
I was a little worried because I was already taking a victory lap in our Lock Shop text group. I was like, boys, it was mid-second quarter. I was like, +6? +6? This thing is done. And Patty and Huss were like, remember, Dusty, it is the Bears.
Well,
like something could happen. And then the
they're
Commanders made it close. They got to within 10, right?
You could argue Washington had him right where they wanted him, with the Bears holding that gargantuan lead there early, right? I mean, we've seen that before with Chicago.
These numbers were ridiculous. Fields, man, he did go. A lot of the things hit yesterday. Fields on the lock shop yesterday, I said I like that over 192.5. He threw for 282 yards and 4 touchdowns. But how about this game for DJ Moore? Who does this guy think he is? Kenny Lawler? This is nuts. DJ Moore, 8 catches, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Also, Cole Kmet, who we had on Lock Shop yesterday, over 3.5 catches, 5 for 42 yards, and a tutty himself. So nice win for the Bears. I don't know. I don't think it means anything. I don't think it means the Bears are officially on track. Justin Fields has arrived, but Justin Fields has had 2 huge games in a row. The Bears right now, I think, are projected to have the top 2 picks in the draft. Williams is coming out of USC and billed to be like the best thing since Trevor Lawrence, which is weird to say because Trevor Lawrence is only a few years in. But there's pressure on Justin Fields here to kind of prove to Chicago that he's their guy.
But I'd rather right now be a Bears fan than something like a Giants fan. I mean, you can see there's potential in Fields. There's the 1-2 pick stack, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have put up points. They've been in games. They can do things, as you saw last night. So, and especially on a day, Dick Butkus, obviously earlier in the day, I mean, an emotional day for Bears fans, Bears Nation, the franchise as a whole. So they needed that win in more than one way last night.
I have Fields, Moore, and Kmet stack in a best ball league, combined for 110 points on Thursday Night Football. Let's go. That's exciting. There's nothing like dropping the hammer on your opponent on Thursday Night Football.
Well, then you lean back for the rest of the weekend like Luke after
Classic
his sister
Luke
kissed him.
Skywalker kissing his sister.
That's all you got to do now.
I'm the man.
Sunday Schmonday.
I dropped one of those last night, actually, for the same reason. I said, nobody got it, but I did it. I was looking around. I was like, is anybody going to pick up on this? Dwayne is in. It says, good for you, Dusty, making responsible decisions. You're a positive role model for all of us. I feel you deserve a conch.
Okay.
I wanted to go.
You wouldn't have made the decision here. Let's be honest.
I wanted to go, but I almost pulled the old, just snuck away from my parents, got an Uber, and went on my own. But you can't do that. All right, Awanik, quickly. I know you're still like in sleep mode here, but what was the highlight of the night for you last night? Because there was a lot of good things going on.
Well, that brisket cheesesteak was just...
It was good, right?
It was amazing.
Yes, Manny.
That was amazing.
was
Did
really
you get side
good.
gravy as well? Were you dipping?
Who got who got the extra gravy?
Well, I have no idea.
No, but I think they
There's
call
an
that.
extra gravy.
I think that it's actually called gravy.
Oh,
I
is
don't
it?
think it's called the au jus.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's
Oh, it's a
gravy.
gravy?
Gravy for your fries,
but it's
it
just
works
made
well
for
with the
dipping.
sandwich. Yeah,
I just was
I
dipping
saw
then.
I saw
I know,
you
yeah.
dipping.
Yeah, 'cause
so then I assumed
that's
it
what I
was
was there
dippable.
for.
So then I dipped
Oh,
my.
There's
okay.
no rules. Yeah. But you're right.
It was great dipping that in.
Yeah, you
with
can just
that.
pour it all over the plate.
It was just unbelievable.
It was really good.
Our
parents crossed paths.
Yes, as your parents were coming in, mine were leaving.
Yeah, so
and
I'm
they
talking
ran into each other.
weird.
As mom and dad are forcing me to go home at a reasonable time, we're in the car and they say, yeah, we ran into Maddie's parents. And they saw my mom was wearing her pink Tales of the North hoodie. And then your dad looked and was just like, and pointed to my dad and said, are you HR daddy? And I was just like, this is ridiculous. No, it was good though. I thought it was a fun night, man.
It was it was busy.
Yeah.
Like
it
that was the
busy.
thing. There, like it was hard to
Yeah.
fully watch the game.
Oh, no.
Because there were so many conversations happening that, you just. That's why I was glad it kind of got those early touchdowns because this game doesn't really. We could focus. We
Yeah,
could
you're
cut
right.
away a little
Yeah.
bit and have the good conversations. So no, it was seeing everyone. Dustin with a Y, Yankee fan, ran
Yeah,
into him.
he was
So we had a
sitting up
nice
top
chat about
there,
the
like-
Yankees.
Yeah.
Dean did not like that chat that we were talking about
Tube
the
Socks
Yankees.
was in the house, Big Uke, like it
was
was
amazing.
It was a fun night. It was a really fun night. I cannot wait for Super Bowl, man.
And Rob, since the Jays got swept, could come out and see us.
And that
He
was
didn't have to
like,
watch
and what
game
happened?
3 with us. And then he won the qualifier.
He won the
That was
qualifier.
I said, man, written in the stars for you.
Now, what about the jersey, though? The jersey on the square board, it's a Justin Fields jersey. It goes to the Bears fan in attendance. And who was the Bears fan in attendance? He's already texted in. I'm going to get to a text from him right now. Lieutenant Eric's brother.
My brother.
Wins the Bears jersey.
Old Snake Eyes on the old square board.
Is
eh?
that what it was?
Oh, yeah,
I guess, yeah.
But he didn't have that. He was the closest.
He was the closest to,
he
yeah.
was
But it was funny because before the game started, he was discussing about taking 0-0. He was discussing somebody had a strategy of taking 0-0.
And he got talked out of it?
Well, he just didn't go with it in the end, and then he ended up being the close. Because I guess if you're at 0-0, it has the closest of being close, like to other numbers that if they don't get selected, you can grab them or something.
Okay, yeah. I did get a picture with your brother last night as the 2 greatest CFL fantasy GMs in this country. I'm going to tweet that out a little bit later on, too. So your brother is in today asking for a conch for Tommy's brother, Paulie. He says
They hit it off,
he is absolutely great.
Your two parents meeting, and then Tom and I's
yeah,
brothers
it was-
meeting.
it was-
Family affair.
It was great. And YouTube Trev's dad and brother. His brother came up and surprised him, so that was awesome. We got to meet his brother. His YouTube Trev's brother goes, I haven't dabbled in betting too much, but he had Coolbet on his phone. He goes, I could not find the Jack Campbell, Stuart Skinner, who's going to start line. I said, give me your phone. I'll show you. I said, go to NHL, slide over to exclusives, NHL specials, future specials, and it's off the board. I think we've moved the Jack Campbell starting line again because it was off the board last night at Coolbet. Let me just double check this morning and see if they put that bad boy back up because I know yesterday we were talking about going and hammering it because it's kind of trending towards maybe Jack Campbell starting that first game.
Give me your phone.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'll show you where it is. You not even understand Coolbet. And then I said, oh, it's off the board. It's off the board. So we'll let you know when that's back up. But all in all, a great night. We're going to dive into the Canadian Football League coming up here. If you need a 6 o'clock hour conch, hit us up. Nasty chat, let's crank it up a little bit here as well. Oh, I like this. Corey, thanks for the show meat, man. We got into that.
Man.
There were people coming around the office like, would you like a slice of delicious beef jerky?
Big hit.
The jerky from Acme Meats is on point. That is good. But anyway, let's get to that message. Good morning, gents. Can I get a conch for the McNally Tigers? It's their Tiger Pride game tonight, their version of a homecoming. So that'll be awesome.
Go
They'll be
Tigers.
rolling tonight. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's go sports update here with Lieutenant Eric, bring us up to speed on everything happening around the world of sports. We'll come back and dive into a bunch of that, get into that Elks game tonight. Can Trey Ford work his magic? That and a whole lot more. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. But Lieutenant Eric's got a sports update for you.
Justin Fields connected with DJ Moore for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bears pick up their first win of the season, 40-20 over the host Commanders. Week 18 kicks off in the CFL with a Friday night doubleheader. Elks are back in action and visit the Argos at 5. Well, BC host Winnipeg at 8 o'clock. Over to hockey, Oilers round out the preseason tonight at home to the Kraken. The Oil Kings will kick off a 6-game homestand tomorrow night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Back over to football, Edmonton Huskies round out the regular season Sunday in Regina, while the Wildcats will visit Calgary tomorrow afternoon. Golden Bears football team are on a bye. They'll welcome in Saskatchewan to Footfield next Saturday. Golden Bears men's hockey team host Mount Royal and Canada West play. Puck drop 7 o'clock from the Drake. The Pandas will visit Mount Royal tonight. The two teams will flip locations tomorrow.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$6:33 in the morning on a Dance Party Friday. What is up, Edmonton? Thank you very much for being here with us. Tell your friends about the show. You might just blow their mind, like Northside Steve. Saw him last night at the casino. And is that Northside Steve? That's the guy, right?
Oh, Northside.
Is that right? Isn't what we call him, Northside Steve?
I can't believe it's taken so long to get to him.
Oh, my God.
So he's not, shall we say, technologically advanced?
Not even close.
And he'll be the first to admit, I'm not kind of making fun of him here. He knows that.
Yeah, he said it to me last night. He goes, he doesn't have an email. Like
he doesn't know how anything works.
Runs a successful landscaping business.
I have his card. But he's talking to me like he works with this crew of like younger individuals and everything like that. And they knew we were doing this.
Yeah.
And they purposely kept it from him just to watch him squirm over the last month. And so he's like, those guys. And he's like, I'm going to fire them. So he finds out we're here, we're doing this, we're online. He can watch us now.
Yeah.
His world is just kind of exploding all around him. And but he shows up. He's a Northside Steve.
Yeah.
But he used to show up Manning location when he would do the footballs at the other place. Now he's coming to and I think we've created a monster.
Oh, he's in now.
Like he's gonna. I'm here all the time. I go, Renee, Northside Steve, never seen him before in my life.
I love him. And I go up. I thought he was there with Box Pounder to do that draft.
Oh yeah.
But he was just there betting on the ponies.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh man," he tells me
he's a beauty.
He goes, "When they took you guys off the air, he goes, I didn't know what to do. He goes, I canceled all of my TSN channels. He goes, and I wrote a very vulgar letter to TSN, and my wife has said, I don't know if you should send this. He goes, but I said, I don't even know if he knows how to do mail because he goes, I said send it, and so he." Maybe he said it from his wife's email. He goes, actually, you know what, though? Somebody told us, one of my buddies bumped into somebody who works, like, behind the scenes with Bell and TSN and stuff, and they told him that you would not believe the outrage that TSN saw when they took us off the air. So huge shout out to all of you who, like,
handwritten letters,
like, very angry. And yeah, I mean, we appreciate the support. It was more of an AM technology thing than they didn't like us saying.
Yeah, it's personal.
But anyway, so he goes to me, he goes, my guys knew about it, and they never told me. He goes, they just told me today. He goes, and I said to them, I said, why didn't you tell me? Do you want me to shoot myself in the head? I was just like, calm down, Steve. But this is a guy, you posted videos that one time when he was like, if you're not listening to the AM Nasty, you're not listening to anything. We got to find that clip.
He is in fourth quarter form, like pregame, usually. And the thing about it was, the day we got yanked off the air, he's driving around in his work truck. He phones his wife and he goes, honey, I think the AM radio is broken. Do we know a guy that fixes car radio? So she gets on the phone. They're phoning people to fix the radio.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to him that it's just, we're done. But those are the lengths that he goes for the AM Nasty, and I appreciate him, and I welcome him back into our lives here moving forward.
I think a lot of sports fans in this city probably still think their AM radio's broken.
Well, but now we need to get the word. Northside Steve is a glowing example last night of the power of just tell a friend, right? The tell a friend.
That's
program.
all it is. Tell a friend. Thinking of that Northside Steve clip, we do have access to the vault as we dropped yesterday. Pick a number. Pick a number. Let's go old vault roulette. Pick a number between 1 and 32,000, and we will play that clip. You do it on the text line for Paris Jewelers at 780-218-9999, or you can do it in the Nasty chat as well. So keep these rolling in, and we will pick a clip, and we will get to that. We're doing the show this morning from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. If you weren't aware, there's a massive Popeyes logo on the screen right in between us. They've got the sweet and spicy wings, ghost pepper seasoning, sweet chili sauce, 6 or 12, and they are on special until October 15th. They also got that strawberry cream cheese fried pie and family feast.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know
Can you
what
say that again?
The strawberry cream cheese fried pie. Fried pie.
Family feast.
Family feast. Get the entire family. Everybody gets a spoon. Oh, yeah, he is the best.
I'm tweeting this video out. It's you and him. I think this is the maiden meeting between the two of you.
No, that's our second meeting. I met him when he's over at the table, and then he comes up. He's the best.
You do have like 5 chats with him.
What a night. All right, let's pick a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 12,345. 12,345. We've got one. We've got one. Here we go. Let's see what it is. Mystery clip of the day. I hope this isn't something that we've recorded and like screwed up a bunch of times and then are swearing over and stuff. I know. I'm waiting for one of those too. Hopefully it's something awesome. Let's find out. This is clip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the old vault, and now the computer. Oh no, is it going to work?
Oh, maybe it's
sorting through 32,000 clips right now.
Too many files.
There's too many. I think what's happening here is I was trying to record Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I just had to keep restarting it. Let's see. Yeah, that's just a recording of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Clip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not one that we'll be saving for future use, but that's
there will be clips like that, hey?
Oh yeah,
there will be the odd garbage clip. I mean,
when you have 32,000 clips, they're not all going to be gold. All right, let's flip over to the Canadian Football League. Seems like forever since we watched the Edmonton Elks play football, doesn't it?
I need a tailgate.
Yeah,
like I know they'll be on the road tonight in Toronto, taking on one of the best teams, if not the best in the league. But the season.
Home tailgate.
Slowly coming to a close next Saturday. Home schedule. But yes, back in action tonight out in Toronto. I don't know what to make of the Argonauts right now. They're resting players in and out weeks, and I don't know.
Kelly's playing this week.
They've got it all wrapped up. Yeah. Kelly will be on the field. It's
the Argos are 12-2. Coming off that loss when they didn't have Kelly playing against the Bombers. Edmonton's 4-11.
There's no. We're not talking playoffs crossover. I still like talking about it as much as you can, but it ain't happening. So this is it. Like you said, it's been a while since
I'm just
you
looking at the spread. I think it opened at 8. The Elks right now are 7.5-point road underdogs here against the Argos. Yeah, I do think the Argos end up winning this game. So then how do we gauge success? Like if the Elks win, huge success. And then if the Riders lose, the Elks are only actually but they don't have the season series. They basically need the win out, lose out situation here.
Riders are hosting Hamilton. They're doing the George Reed night. It's Grey Cup 2013. Like that place will be pumped, but Hamilton's playing for that. They still got that home field in their sights, do they not? For kind of the semifinals. Like Hamilton's playing. Saskatchewan's been in a nosedive here. There's still hope.
Yeah, Hamilton could still take that. They're only 2 points back of Montreal.
Like they're playing for something here, chasing something, I guess you could argue.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting.
It would be
weekend.
something, yeah.
So what are the Elks if they keep it within 7 against the Argos and your offense looks good again with Trey Ford? Like, is that Elks fans? If you're watching or listening right now, let us know. 780-218-9999. I don't think many people are picking Edmonton to beat the Argos. In fact, I'm sure if you go look online, probably nobody's picking Edmonton to beat the Argos. So how would you gauge a successful game tonight? 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox, or hit us up in the nasty chat this morning.
I'm looking for effort. I'm looking for a little more growth. I've said repeatedly early on in the season when they were inventing new ways to lose that the locker room still seemed pretty tight and gelled together. So again, at a 4-11 team, and we're saying, yeah, you could still sneak into the playoffs back door. Probably won't happen. I want to see the compete. I want to see guys, going out there like they're 0-0 and it's a new season. And that's what you're going to take into next year, I guess, assuming that everything stays the same and Jones is here and everything. And a little more growth, again, from like Trey Ford, and a little more learning and a little more maybe experimentation within his game. Again, it's not so much the result I think you're looking at tonight, aside from, just how guys do individually or positionally and taking to next year.
To me, as long as they don't get blown out, as long as it's not one of those games where you're turning it off because you just don't care, then that's kind of successful for Edmonton against Toronto right now. Even if they end up losing by like 12, but it was a one-possession game midway through the fourth quarter.
You keep it
against the defending champs who look even better than they did last year. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the end. Now, anything can happen. Calgary beat Toronto by running the ball down their throat. Maybe Edmonton, using Ford and Kevin Brown, can run the ball down their throat as well. So, kind of unlikely, but let's see how this one plays out. That's the first half of a double dip tonight with the CFL on TSN. Bombers and Lions, the other game. Bombers, it was 2 points. They were a 2-point dog. Now they're 1.5-point dog going into BC. How does this? I laid it out yesterday on the Lock Shop with Huss. I think the X factor in this game is Brady Oliveira. Like, if you look at both of these teams, Collaros, VA quarterback, kind of a saw-off. They're both having really nice years. Both receiving cores. I can't remember the last time, especially with both of these groups healthy right now. Like, when was the last time we saw two receiving cores like this go head-to-head in a
It's
CFL
electric
game?
stuff, both of these offenses.
I hammered the over, 51.5. Both defenses are excellent, however, have had some letdowns along the way, both of them. Both of these teams have lost to both the Riders and the Ticats. So I don't know what we're supposed to make of that. But the one thing that Winnipeg has and BC doesn't is Brady Oliveira, who is arguably making a case to be the MOP as a Canadian running back, which is incredible. And if the Bombers can pound the ball on the ground with Oliveira and control the clock on the road in BC, I think you almost have to take advantage of your biggest strength in this game, don't you?
You have to. And there are a few points you can look at. I always like BC at home on these late ones. Like they're welcoming everybody from outside of their time zone, flying into BC, 8 o'clock kickoff. There's always some voodoo going on in Vancouver when they welcome in a team. They're both 11-4, both vying for top of the thing. We talked about the offenses. I do like BC's defense just a bit more. And Vernon Adams coming off the game he had, putting up all those yards. I'm not saying he'll do that again tonight, but that Bombers secondary sometimes can be a little suspect. We've seen this year. And that's why for the Bombers, as you mentioned, I
fair
think
point on
controlling
the
the
Bombers
clock
sitting
and
there.
keeping that run
Yeah.
game going will be huge to keep Vernon. And that I do like. It's a great matchup. Receivers, offensive weaponry, and all that. But right now, I do power rank, VA and his receiving core just slightly ahead of the Bombers for what have you done for me lately. So if Winnipeg can keep them off the field, but yeah, and Oliveira will be a big part of that. So this is one of those where
I
you
cannot
just
wait to watch
Well,
this
you
game
sit
tonight.
back like
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. You put your tongue
Yeah.
in your cheek and you just let it go. Like that's, you maybe put a little sprinkle on there via Coolbet or something, and enjoy your
there will
evening,
be several sprinkles
Yeah.
on this game tonight.
More than enough to pick from, I'm sure, with all the as we said, offensive weaponry.
I got a quick update on myself and Suits.
Okay, yes,
Since
breaking news.
I don't have the red anymore, and we're not best buddies. Let me read you a text that Glenn Suter sent me yesterday, guys. This is for you guys for doubting our friendship.
Oh,
Memories at Sixers. That's where we're going for dinner.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
and Memories at Sixers. Thumbs up. And Dustin, I need a favor, my friend. Those are the exact words. Read it yourself.
well, he's calling in favors now.
Read
though,
it yourself. What do you mean he's calling in favors?
Well, no, but like, what it was? You got to help him move.
I would help him move. And if I had a truck, I would
Kind of
be
a
like, I'll help
way.
you in the
It's
truck.
a one-way street here.
Yeah.
Though. I'm kind of picking.
And
up
Dustin, I need a favor, my friend. He just wants, I help him every, this is another reason we're good buddies. I help him every year with his hockey pool draft. I give him a list of sleepers because
Is that why he's taking out to memories? 6 o'clock on a table. Oh, by the way, if we could go over my
He's
entire
not
hockey
using
draft.
me. He's not using me. Anyway, just so you guys know, my friend texted me and called me a friend in the text.
When he needed a favor.
Go to hell, man.
Not like
He's whining and dining.
not a just hey, it's great. I can't wait to meet you tonight or like have dinner with you tonight, my friend. No, this is I need a favor, my friend.
Butters you up like a lobster tail and then gets in the
No. This is two good buddies.
Who's very interested in picking your brain for his hockey
Yeah,
draft.
it's a one-sided. He's
Yeah.
At memories.
No, that's
Six-ish.
That's not it, guys.
No, he's asking for a favor.
That's what friends do.
Yeah, but he's
They
taking
help
out-
friends
You wanna know
with other
something?
favors.
When I ask like Eric or Luke, I don't say, "Hey, friend, can you do a favor for me?" I could just ask
Suits
him.
is from a different generation.
just ask him.
But you don't preface it with, "Hey, I'm going to
sorry,
take you out. I got a
Eric,
reservation. It's
hey,
going to be a
Eric,
fun
you're
night. By the
wrong.
way,
Eric, I
You're
need a
wrong.
ride somewhere today. Can you just give me a ride?
Why wouldn't
I
you say
wouldn't
my friend?
add.
It's nice
Eric,
to say my friend sometimes.
My friend, will you
Oh,
please give me a ride?
don't forget the thumbs up.
With the thumbs
Thumbs
up,
up.
you know? No. It's and then like if I was like, "Hey, Luke, let's go get dinner." There's no all of a sudden it's not around
no
the
add-on,
time of.
yeah.
Well,
You guys
I
are
need
the
a
worst.
favor from you, Luke.
You're the worst. So I'm gonna keep going here with the Canadian Football League for a second because I found out something very interesting about the Dunya last night from my fellow champion, Lucas in a red Ford Ranger, as he texts into the inbox. He brought it to my attention that a certain someone who was in your league final this year dropped Hatcher early in the season.
Oh, yeah. We went over this. I told you. This is,
Why did you drop Hatcher?
it was a mistake.
You could have won the league.
I wanted to drop somebody else, and I dropped Hatcher by mistake.
What?
Yeah.
How does this happen?
We knew this. It was, what, week 3?
What?
Week 2, week 3? I think.
How do you drop?
Well, he was
Keon
hurt.
Hatcher
He
by
was hurt.
mistake?
He was hurt at the time, and I wanted to put him on my
out.
IR.
Yeah. So why didn't you just put him on your IR?
It was a clerical error.
Lucas
sent into
Lucas
the
says
offices.
that you don't ever understand how IR works. This is what he said. I just passing along.
What I did was I sent in his name to the offices, but it was a mistake. It was a clerical error. I had his name. I wanted to drop somebody else. I wanted to move him to IR, and I mistakenly put drop Hatcher. And now I'm not going to go to the league office and say, "Oh, receipts." No, I made a dumb move, and you live and die by your dumb moves. We knew this. I told you about this early in the season. I know it's kind of been conveniently forgotten now, but
Yeah.
no, that happened. We all.
Lucas said that if you would have had Hatcher on your side, you might have won. You might have won the final.
Well, I might have, and if Austin Mack would have played, and if this and that, I mean, it's a fool's game to be playing this hindsight thing. But
Now, I wonder if a clerical error like this can happen in your league. Obviously, in our league, clerical errors don't happen. But from a commish perspective, Maddie, how is a clerical error like this? How does it happen? What's the process like?
He sent in a thing that said, "Keon Hatcher, drop him." How's that?
Well, how's that a clerical error?
Well, I meant to.
From
I meant
his
to
side,
write somebody
he's saying
else's
his
play.
franchise made an error by submitting something wrong.
Yes.
As a league, although it came into the league, you accept what it is.
Exactly, and I can't go back.
I can't
and say,
sit there and be like, why is he dropping Keane Hatcher? That's not
No,
acceptable.
but to me, this isn't a clerical error.
Well, it's an error on.
If you said.
Well,
It's
it's
a
on, my,
franchise.
it's on the Memphis Mad Dogs front office.
The front office of the
sent in
Mad
the wrong
Dogs made a
text. They
clerical
sent in the
error.
wrong text. Well, that's what it is.
love
And now I should almost get a bonus draft pick for not whining and moaning and complaining that, I sent in the wrong
You're
guy.
going to give him a bonus draft pick for not
He's
complaining
not
about
going
the
to,
drop?
but there should be a good graces, hey.
So
you
did
you screwed up and you-
Lucas have like first waiver wire pick that week and picked him up
I think that's what
immediately?
happened.
No, we do first come, first serve after that. So he dropped him from the waiver wire, so waivers got claimed. I'd have to look to see how quickly he picked him up.
It was quick. It was a mistake. That's all it was, but we're not going to
It's-
sit here. You notice how I didn't bring it up once?
You could have resent that email had you not known, or had you known.
Whoa, what?
You know that.
But you allow people to go back on the moves?
See, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, it's an
No,
email
I-
address that I don't open up until Wednesday at noon.
Oh,
so if you
don't
submit
see
a
other
claim,
claims. So do you submit claims yourself from a different email address?
yeah, it's an email address that's
Have you seen this?
it's a different email address.
No.
No, but do you submit your claims from your different email address?
Yes.
So they all pop. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could open up the email,
So
show
when you
everyone the
pop up
thing.
in there,
Yes.
I had a note it was an error until the league officially recognized the move. So I mean, look, it's okay. I didn't bring it up once. No, but I could have. I had Hatcher. Could have.
So you're saying you just swallowed it and you.
What are you
moved
gonna
on.
do? You take.
Yeah,
it's
Luke
like
picked
it's-
him up right away.
Yeah.
It was
an astute
waivers
move.
were announced at 12:20, the results, and Luke picked him up at 12:29.
We've all done these moves.
And then
We've all done
immediately,
these moves.
and then at 12:31 moved him to IR.
He was the wrong guy. It was the wrong. I had the wrong name. I can't remember the other player. I think it was an Alouettes receiver or something like that.
That you picked up?
Well, that I wanted to actually drop
Oh.
instead of Hatcher. It was a mistake.
I totally
A
forgot
league.
that it happened.
It was a franchise clerical error. That's what he's trying
Yeah,
to
the
say.
Mad Dogs.
there.
The Mad Dogs made an error.
It's like
and they're
when.
not-
What was it? Manchester United once didn't get the fax in time to Real Madrid, and
Yeah, and
the
De Gea-
transfer of De Gea didn't go through. It
Things
was a
like this
clerical
happen.
error from
Yeah.
United.
Yeah.
This
we'll
was
do
a
an
clerical error from
internal
Mad Dogs.
investigation.
I like how you're trying to. You felt like you came in today like I've got the league. I have this gotcha moment.
Yeah.
No,
like
it's not a gotcha.
And you,
it's
and,
not
you,
a gotcha.
and if you failed
It's
on
not
this
a gotcha-
completely,
No, it's not a
Like,
gotcha league moment.
Thank you.
It's
Have-
I can't believe he dropped Keon.
No,
Hatcher.
no,
didn't
you were
do it
trying
on
to
an IR
do.
spot.
It
You
was like
tried
a-
turning this. How could the league
I
allow
did
a
not.
clerical
Here I am.
error?
I know, yeah, he's blaming it on you.
He's
Don't make
trying
me go
to,
full heel
he's
on a
trying
Friday,
to make
boys.
this happen.
And
You
I
wanna-
didn't. Like, I didn't go out there and be like, "Ooh, I'm going to drop Hatcher." Like, it wasn't a strategic move.
What, do you
It was
have
an
like the gotcha moment for your quote unquote friend suitor tonight?
Oh, quote unquote. You want to see? Let's get into the nasty
Thumbs
chat
down.
here. Let's see.
Thumbs
here.
down.
Let's see. Big Maple Sports says, "What's the favor from Suits to the inbox?"
Pat Maroon's Bib says Suit's going full Godfather with the favor ask when he shows up in Memories tonight. Hey, he's at the big table.
So Starrett is in. Now remember, he's the commish of my CFL fantasy league, so he would be in on my side in something like this. But he goes, being of similar vintage to Suits, I can absolutely guarantee a friend says that to another good friend. When he says, my friend. I told you, it's a generation thing. That's what they would say, my friend. It doesn't mean that he's like mocking me for not being friends.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Dustin.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those shows, eh?
It's feeling
This
like
is going to be one of those shows. I did say we got lots of time. Patty's going to be popping by. Nielsen Show uninterrupted. You can text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I address most of my friends with either friend or guy, but no one is my buddy guy. That's in from Normology. So he says it. Guys, this sounds like a Seinfeld, Keith Hernandez type of relationship. 25-minute drive to work, all AM nasty, no breaks. This is, pardon my French, awesome, you silly geese.
Yeah. No, you can swear. It's fine. We'll take the silly geese. We can do that now.
All right, so if somebody refers to you as my friend, does that mean that you're their friend? Or are they mocking the friendship as these guys would try to claim?
No,
today?
it's not.
He's
He's
not
just
mocking.
saying my friend too. It's not that. It's. I need a favor, my friend.
What's wrong with that?
Because there's the first part of him needing a favor.
Yeah, but it's
So he's buttering you up.
You act like it's a favor I don't want to do. I love putting together sleeper lists for hockey points.
But he
I'll
does.
just screen cap something I've already done for
But
somebody else.
you guys don't have a friendship where he knows that.
I might just get up and walk out.
Well, I would be very friendly.
I can't. Listen up, my friends. I'm gonna leave. O-Town is in and says, morning, fellas. Long time EST listener. First time EST texter.
Hey.
I missed you guys.
Hey.
That's from O-Town. Let's concho O-Town here. Right? There you go. I'm not going heel Dusty today. I see people being like, heel Dusty's coming in hot.
You want to, though. You're a caged animal.
You're
fired
prowling.
up.
I'm running on 4 hours sleep.
But I do love
feeling pretty good.
the Suits Godfather thing. Is he going to kiss you like tonight when you show up? Like he takes you by the cheek like, Dustin.
Maybe he will. Especially at Memories, because Memories.
Well, I know. It's got that vibe.
It has that vibe.
Like,
Right?
you're going to be a made man
It's run
tonight.
by that one dude who, I might be a made man too.
You're finally going to be hired by TSN. You know what I mean? Like you'll get the tattoo.
Are you going to be Joe Pesci in
Goodfellas?
Main Man?
Yeah, that's right, Goodfellas. But
That you want to be that? Yeah,
They kill him.
So that's what.
don't
that's
go for a drive out of town.
I've only watched Goodfellas once because I want to see where that Ray Liotta laughing meme came from. Great movie. Geez, you think Suits takes me to Memories tonight and then the owners of Memories shoots me in the head?
Well, I don't know. Don't go to the back.
I'm nervous now.
Like, don't go to the back. Don't go for a long drive, like in Suits Cadillac or something
The
like
key
that.
is
Does anybody know in Regina how to get me strapped?
you need to sit with your back to a
Gabos.
wall,
Yeah,
so you have eyes on everything.
Yeah.
that's a good point.
And
So
don't
ask for the
drink-
end
if
table.
he serves you wine, let him drink it first.
Yeah, of
Like,
course. I always do
Nope.
that. There's always the threat of being poisoned. You guys honestly don't think they're going to off me tonight, right?
I don't know.
No, because Suits wants to call the game.
And he needs that favor.
That's
So,
right.
You can't.
If,
no
it
good to him dead.
if that happens, it'd be Grey Cup party. The after party at Grey Cup.
I'm not even sure I'm going to Grey Cup this year. And now it sounds less likely.
You want to survive.
Maybe this is the ultimate plan, right? They kill the radio station. They suck me out to Grey Cup. And then they see the coming success of Edmonton Sports Talk. And they shoot me in the back of the head. I could see it. 780.
If you were such good friends with Suits, why hasn't he been on the station yet?
Well, that's a great.
That's
I've been
a time
sitting on
zone
this
thing.
question.
That's a time zone thing.
He's been in the city, hasn't he? Been.
Well,
He's been
but-
here.
Like,
The
we
hangout.
couldn't make
He
it
could
work.
Be in here.
We couldn't find the time to grab him for the last hour or
Glenn, my friend, would you like to join us? I have a
Something
favor to
like-
ask.
the lock shop. You couldn't throw him on for a little bit
he
just to talk
doesn't-
CFL.
he doesn't
We
bet.
could just talk CFL with him for a few minutes. Don't have to go into the betting. You couldn't find time. If he was your friend, wouldn't you find time for your friend?
Listen, I didn't want to tell you guys this. Next week on the Nielsen Show, Glenn Suter. This is how good a friend I am with Suits. I don't even have to text him and be like, can you come on next week? I'll just text him. I'll text him and say, Suits, my friend, I need a favor. Can you come on the show next week? Next week on the show,
Well, now you're-
Glenn Suter to put an end to all of these ridiculous claims.
He better.
Ridiculous claims. That's what it is. It's all bogus.
What's the cool bet? You got to lean for if Suter joins us next week? There's got to be some sort of.
Evil twins.
I put my money on
by
Dort.
the way,
I think Dort will be on the show before Suits.
I was going to say, because Pat Gregoire is coming up, and we can basically bet on anything we want in this world with Coolbet and our relationship there. If there are Oilers lines that you want, like I think the city would bet a Raphael Lavoie goal prop. I don't know what we would set it at, but I know we'd sink a lot of our hard-earned money into a Raphael Lavoie goal prop. With Pat coming up here in about 5 minutes or whenever, let us know what you want. This is not a sign up now for an account, blah, 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 blah. This is like we literally have a great relationship with Coolbet where if we're like, hey, get us this, they'll get it for us. So it's really nice. I don't think you're going to get that pretty much anywhere else in this country. So let us know what lines you want to bet on for the Oilers, and the bookies at Coolbet will get those lines up for us. So 780-218-9999.
Well, it's like this show. It's like Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Yeah.
And with Pat Gregory, like you're calling the shots. Like you create this thing. However you want to shape it and mold
Yeah.
it. You're
It's
driving
really
the
neat.
bus here. We're just kind of, taking you where you need to go.
So if you're in the nasty chat and you want a line on Fogle goals, let us know and probably can put together a line on full goals. Curtis is in and says, Dusty, if you walk into a room and the floor has plastic on it, you're done already. You know what? As far as going out goes, me being part of a mob hit would be a great story for you guys for the rest of your lives.
And then a place like Memories. It's all, like, it all adds up here.
That is a place where you would...
More surprised if it doesn't happen at this point.
Yeah. You're more surprised.
Oh, really? Like, it's all lining up here. He's sending him messages. Hey, friend, I got a favor. Swing on by midnight. Last booth in the back.
Sean is in this morning and says, if anything were to happen to Dusty, it'll be more like Game of Thrones Red Wedding style. The last thing Dusty hears is, Suits sends his regards. And they slit my throat.
Yeah.
Oh, I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm tearing up. That could be your text of the day for A&W. Man, this has gone off on a weird turn this morning, hasn't it?
You're setting the stage.
I'm almost crying. I don't know if it's the spiced rum last night or it's the lack of sleep. But these are some really, really good texts. Lacombe Drew is in and says, sounds like Mr. Lean and LTE are jealous of your other friendship, and they probably just need a hug from Dusty.
No, I have a great relationship with Suits. Him and I, we had great chats every Wednesday for I don't know how many years.
You guys did have him on. Did you just?
Yeah, you were trying to dunk on me. You were going to dunk on me.
I was going to hammer down on you.
Wow.
And I saw you. You're a sly dog, Mr. Lean.
Has he ever called any favors?
I don't know how many years him and I have been together. Yeah. Every Wednesday. We had a great chat. It was probably about 7 years or so, maybe 8. It was
first name basis.
Yeah, it was just a great relationship. One though that goes before you.
I hate to cut you off, but we got to get to a sports rewind.
Oh,
we got to get to a sports rewind. Pat Gregoire's on the way. What lines do you want us to hit with Patty? What should we get added from an Oilers perspective? They got us that Jack Campbell, Stuart Skinner, who starts opening night, and now we just moved the hell out of the line.
Beefniff wants a little Formula One action, perhaps, eh?
Oh, yeah, we could definitely do a F1 parlay for sure. That's a great idea. Coolbet hotline of the day coming up. The local spin for United with Chris Morris. Let's get to a sports rewind with Lieutenant Eric.
Thursday night, I saw Justin Fields connect with DJ Moore for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. Chicago Bears picking up their first win of the season, 40-20 over the host Commanders. In the Canadian Football League, Week 18 will kick off with a Friday night doubleheader. Elks visit the Argos at 5, while BC hosts Winnipeg, kickoff at 8. Oilers round out the preseason tonight at home to the Kraken, while the Oil Kings, they'll kick off a 6-game homestand tomorrow night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Back over to football, the Edmonton Huskies will round out their regular season schedule Sunday in Regina. The Wildcats will visit Calgary tomorrow afternoon. Golden Bears football team, they're on a bye this week. They'll welcome in the Saskatchewan Huskies to Footfield next Saturday. Golden Bears men's hockey team will host Mount Royal and Canada West play this evening. Puck drop 7 o'clock from the Drake. The Pandas, meanwhile, will visit Mount Royal this evening. The two teams will flip locations tomorrow night. Sports Rewind, brought to you by Universal Rewind. Industrial electric motor sales and service. Servicing many industries we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Dip with my pride, with my bone and get, I don't even want to battle, y'all, no remorse. I switch this game up on y'all, not a matter of choice. My only option for getting rid of haters, standing around watching, the emulators.
7:04 with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here this morning. Mike Johnson, who is going to join us Fridays on a regular basis for Pro-Am Sports. He's filming some stuff this morning, so he's going to join us at 8:20. Chris Morris, the local spin for United Sport and Cycle, going to be by around 7:45. We'll have a little bit of trivia there, a chance to win a gift certificate to United. We do have the short list for names for our beer. We're going to reveal the official name of our beer during Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week around 8:30 this morning. Let's bring in Pat Gregoire from Coolbet Canada. We'll have your Coolbet hotline of the day a little bit later on. Patty, good morning, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good, boys. I was expecting you guys
Patty,
to be...
do you have him muted, or Patty, are you muted? Somebody's muted. Is it Patty?
I don't
Patty,
think I'm muted.
Is your mic muted?
No.
Oh, there it is. It was a wanted.
You did?
Yeah, no, don't worry. We have somebody else to blame.
Not
I'm
too
going
friendly
full
of him,
hill
eh?
now. Like,
Just
what's
like
up,
how
dude?
Brighton couldn't win yesterday. They could get the draw.
Yeah.
Couldn't have given us a win, no bet on it. Come on. It's just a lean.
We're blaming that one on VAR. Right?
VAR.
Is that it?
There was a clear hand ball in the box, and for some reason they
Yes.
called a penalty on the pitch. Were you watching this, Patty? And then all of a sudden they started resuming play again. Brighton would come to tie it up, but if they get that pen, they're winning 3-2.
I know. I had the stream on, and like I just chuckling to myself, like, why am I watching this game? Like, betting is the absolute best, but it would have been an easy cash. To be quite honest, Coolbet would have taken it right in the gut from you guys because full disclosure, this is what Coolbet's all about, transparency, right? Within, I want to say, maybe 7-8 minutes of us posting that and you guys announcing it on the show, boom, 18 tickets, 18 bets within 7 minutes. Right away, the AM Nasties hopped all over it. So more just kept coming through.
It's the pull of the Europa League, totally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the Europa League is
huge.
Really moves the
Europa
needle
League
us.
city for us.
Yeah.
I saw the DJ Moore over prop yesterday. So we had a party last night. I was like literally 2.5 minutes late getting there. He had already covered the 49.5, which had moved to 52.5 by later in the morning. He smashed that as well. There's nothing like winning a player prop in the first 2 minutes of a primetime game, Patty.
Like you and I talked about it at the end of the lock shop. Like both of us were, because that was your best bet. You didn't get it into the lock shop parlay, and you were saying like this sucked. Like, you know, if I want to give it out for the lock shop, I'm gonna have to start thinking of two best bets because by the time I give it out on the Nielsen show, it's completely shifted by the lock shop. But it doesn't even matter if it changed. It cashed in that one play, and I think it really that set off the vibes for the rest of the game with our props. I'm pretty sure Haas's best bet like cashed within the first half, maybe.
Cole Kmet hit last night. That was
Cole
good
Kmet
too.
Hit easy. I hit my over 5.5 sacks. Fields over 46.5 rushing yards.
And the over on his passing yards at 192. Yeah. That was a breeze.
You had that. And the most important bet of them all, field over goals. 3.5 field goals. I'm telling you, anytime a Commanders game is on, it doesn't matter if it's prime time or not. I'm hitting the field goals because Riverboat Ron, or now known as Conservative Ronald, is addicted to kicking field
Conservative
goals.
Ronald.
He can't be called Riverboat Ron anymore.
Not
in
anymore.
A game like that, no way. It is gone. The moniker has been taken from him. He is Conservative Ronald. I could not believe the play calling at some points last night.
It was
absolute chicken shit.
That's what I'm like. I'm wondering, like, so nice win for the Bears. You know, their offense has actually looked really good now, 2 games in a row. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday on Lock Shop, and we'll dive into it on Lock Shop again today. Like, the Commanders are hemorrhaging points here right now defensively. That's their last 4 games, I think, in a row. They've allowed at least 33 or something like that. So, you know, this is not that Commanders team that for a while there, for a few years, you're like, man, they got a really good defense. Like, this is a defense that could probably be the strength of this team. And I'm not too sure, and I like Howell, but if you can't open it up against the Chicago Bears, I think that's time to be a little bit concerned if you're a Commanders fan.
Well, I have a lot of faith in Bieniemy. Like, I mean, there's a reason why he's one of the most like highly touted,
sought
after coordinators and even head coaches for some position. A lot of people were kind of surprised when he took the offensive coordinator, but I think he figures he's now going to be the heir apparent once Conservative Ronald is relieved of his duties. But it was really weird. They didn't take any shots, especially considering how banged up the secondary for the Bears have been and how poor they have been. You mentioned that stat, just giving up the most amount of
deep shots.
Plays.
Yeah, deep shots, 20 plus right? In the air, yeah.
When did they didn't take a deep shot until the second half, it seemed. Terry McLaurin, who is their deep shot threat, he had 1 target, 1 catch in the first half. They started using him, and the Bears couldn't even keep up with him. I think there was 2 or 3 pass interference calls on him on deep shots. Mind you, they picked up the 1 flag. another side note, I don't know if I've seen so many flags picked up before.
There was a lot. Yeah.
It was crazy. But it's really, really bizarre play calling in the first half. But again, I just think if you're a Commanders fan, I think you're pleased with what you see from Howell, because one, this guy's tough as nails, man. He took a lot of licks last night. He ran the ball really well. He made some passes in that second half when he needed to. But I do think that there's a lot of causes for concern when you look at the way that this defense has played over the last, 2-3 games. They've got torched. They can win against, crappy teams, but they're still giving up a lot of points against some of those bad teams too. So I think the sound alarm should go off. Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator, should be on the hot seat. A lot of Commanders fans thought he shouldn't even been back this year, but yeah, definitely causes for concern. And yeah, that's a big emotional win for the Bears.
Yeah.
They looked good last week. They win their first game in 350 something days. Fields looks great for the second game in a row. And I will say this, Lock Shop, when this happened, the unfortunate news of Dick Butkus passing.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. There was no way I was betting against the Bears, knowing that. And you could tell that the team was playing pretty emotional. So, great win for the Bears. Great win for the Bears. If you're a Bears fan, though, now you got to be thinking like, oh, God, Fields is going to play so well. They're going to be like, nope, we got our guy. We got our quarterback. And they're not going to go with the consensus number one pick.
With Williams. And
with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And you could potentially be a back-to-back Heisman.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like at that point, if they're in the driver's seat, because if Fields has an awesome year, I'm sure that we know. Look at some of the starting quarterbacks in the National Football League. Like teams would trade for Justin Fields if he has a really good year. So that way they could get something for Fields and then use the pick on Williams. I think that's something they could look at, right? So.
They've also got two first round picks, right? Like, do you maybe? I think
after this week they had the 1 and 2 picks.
1-2,
yeah. Like, they've got picks.
Like
the
thing is, like, up until 2 weeks ago when you were like, okay, like Fields is absolutely not the guy. He's not it. You could, if you're a Bears fan, think like, okay, we could get Caleb Williams with number 1, and then with number 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. And you've got the best quarterback and the best wide receiver in the nation. And all of a sudden, maybe your offensive problems are looking a lot slimmer over the next couple of years. But things are interesting. The Bears have done crazier things. Would not surprise me if they somehow fumble this with those 2 picks in the first round and don't take Williams, and he ends up being a Hall of Famer.
Hey, quickly on the NFL, then I want to get to some NHL future stuff, and we'll have more time to dive into this on the Lock Shop today with us. But is there one thing that you really like this week in the National Football League? Is there anything that really jumps off the page for you?
There's a lot of fishy lines to me, to be quite honest. My quote unquote like best bet, and I hate myself for saying this, but the Jets plus 2.5 against the Broncos. Like the Broncos, I know they won last week.
That's right.
Yeah, let's not ride with Russ and this Broncos team. I have no faith in any points. And look what the Jets did. Again, people are forgetting. Yeah. Okay. Is Zach Wilson going to be able to replicate what we saw in prime time? Probably not. Could he do half that? Hopefully. And even if he's not very good, that defense is phenomenal. That defense is really, really good. It's elite. I know they're on the road, but for me, it's a gross pick. Hold your nose, but I think I'm going Jets with the points. I'd even think about sprinkling money line. That would probably be my best bet. There's a lot of other ones that we can kind of dive in. The other one as well is Dolphins minus 12. I know that is a big number, but the Giants O-line, the way they looked the last time we saw them out, they look terrible. They're an absolute dumpster fire.
That line is awful. You're right.
It's a terrible line, but when you think about it, man, the Dolphins, they got embarrassed. The Bills really took it to them. The Bills beat them at their own game while also roughing them up. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be pissed off. And I really do think that they're going to come out and show that last week, that's just one game. They're still one of the top teams, one of the top offensive teams in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put up another 50 burger, a 70 burger. I don't know if they'll get that high again, but they're going to be coming for blood. And it just so happens the Giants and Danny Dimes are sitting there. They're going to be the victim this week.
780-218-9999, 780-218-99 if you want to chime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. And, of course, you can get in on the Nasty Chat as well. Patty, let's slide over to the National Hockey League where, it's time to bet on a lot of these futures right now.
Yep.
We did have that Jack Campbell, Stuart Skinner, who starts opening night. I notice it's off the board right now as we continue to wait to see probably how the final preseason game goes, do you think?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. And again, they're obviously with you guys doing such a great job promoting a lot of our specials and getting that one up. A lot of people have hammered it as well. So there's a lot of risk management that goes into that. But I think, I'll talk to our hockey bookmakers, see if we can get that up after that last preseason game.
Adjust the line and then, put it back up.
But at that point, you never know. It might not even be really worth betting it. And if you already got a piece of it, and that's kind of the luck of the draw. But I know you were talking about some custom bets, and for sure, 100%. If you think there's something, we'll do our best to get it up. We can't promise we'll get everything.
Yeah.
But
I think
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think the two that could move the needle would be goal props, even just goal props or just point props for Dylan Holloway and Raphael Lavoie. Like two sort of young guys that people are excited about. I think when I say I think we could see some interest in it, I basically mean I'd like to bet those numbers. So I don't see like a Bouchard hammering that changes the line by 12 points, but I think people, especially Holloway, I think people would be pretty intrigued by that. I don't even know where you'd ballpark a line on Raphael Lavoie, and I know the season's coming up right away, but tell the boys to take a look at it and see maybe they can get something up. So
I brought my notepad because I heard you guys talking, so I took down my notes. I'll send it back to the lab.
Okay, beauty.
We'll see what the fellows are able to do. But speaking of custom lines,
I
know there's a lot of chatter in and around not just Edmonton but the national media about how McDavid has a pretty unique opportunity this year to hit the 1,000 points mark. He's sitting right at 850, right? So I talked just this morning. I was reading an article on TSN and it sparked my interest. And so there is a line right now for Connor McDavid total points over 159. So that would be him to get 150 and then hit that 1,000 career mark. Right now it's at plus 550. I actually think it opened up at plus 700. So someone's already hit that one. Someone's already hit that line. So plus 550 right now.
Where is that? Whereabouts is that?
So you can find that. So if you go to the futures, just go to the player points.
Oh,
and
player
it's right
points.
with Connor McDavid. It's just an alternate line. So
okay. All right. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Say if there's a number that you don't love, and you think okay, well, or you think you really love, and you're like, I actually think he could probably beat this, and you want to boost it by a couple of goals or a couple of points. You can also let us know that. If you think Bedard's going to hit 80, let us know. We can always do an alternate line of 80. Or if you think he's going to be a bust because you saw what he did on that penalty shot last night and
that was
and
tough
fell,
look.
A real tough look. I think he's going to be okay though. But if you think he's going to be no good, you think the Blackhawks aren't going to be very good, you could also do an alternate line of, let's say 65 and hit the under or under 50, whatever it may be. So those are the options. I just wanted to get that out there because I know a lot of folks, a lot of your listeners, a lot of the AM Nasties would be interested in the Connor McDavid alt line.
Zulu on the Nasty Chat today says, love Coolbet, but how do we get our hands on a hoodie or a shirt? And you're going to be sending out some swag, right? We'll have a chance to give some away to some listeners. That'd be great.
Absolutely. We're going to send some extras. I know the boys in the office at the headquarters there for EST. They'll have first dibs at it. And then we'll make sure we send some extras. Would love to do a little giveaway for the Nielsen show and the Lock Shop as well. All the shows. What are we talking about? Let's do it for all the shows.
We got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. So I just want to run this by you. When you text a guy that would be your friend, would you text and say, hey, my friend, would you like to go for a drink or something? Or how would you approach that if you were really good buddies?
So I was listening and I think you sold me on maybe it's a generational thing because if I called one of my buddies my friend, he'd be like, the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, my friend, like my friend seems more like, like very either like really condescending or, for me, it's just,
yeah.
I don't know, Dusty. I don't know, man. Like my friend, like it seems like he's going to be asking for quite the favor. Come this dinner time.
Whatever.
So, but
whatever, Pat.
Hey, it could be a generational thing. Could be a generational.
That's what
thing.
it is. 100%. Total generational thing. All right, Patty. Well, we'll talk to you on the lock shop. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I wanted to leave you guys with one other thing.
Okay.
So I know the Bouchard thing was a big, big talking point on the show. So just so you guys know, the highest risk, the most bets that we have right now is on Evan Bouchard at the opening line.
Oh,
the fourth next bet. So it goes Bouchard total points, Jake Gensel total points, Alex Ovechkin total points. The next one is Bouchard at the second number that we adjusted.
Yes.
Man, it's gonna
in
suck.
The top 10, and then in the top 10, the 10th is the next adjusted line. You guys have been absolutely cranking this. If Bouchard has a career year, I might not have a job. So,
well, my friend, I wish you the best of luck in that one. Eh? All right, Patty, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, see you, boys.
That's Pat Gregoire. Find him on. He's excellent analyst, actually. He does a ton of lacrosse stuff for TSN. He's great. How about that? Bouchard, they've had it at 3 different numbers. It was, what did we get at? 42.5? 42.5, 52.5, 54.5, I think are the 3. And it's number 1, number 4, and number 10 for risk. So well done, Edmontonians. Well done, AM Nasties. Well done, Lock Shoppers. Boy, that's going to be an interesting day if Bouchard gets 60 points this season and our relationship with Coolbet is over because they no longer exist because Edmonton took them for all their money.
Yeah, some sort of like local stat holiday surveyor. Brett will have to put that one in his phone. I mean, that would be a day to remember.
Actually, we could do stat day. Put it down as another EST Sports Stat Day, the day after Bouchard passes that 3rd mark. That would be pretty good, I think.
But the condescending comment, you mentioned great analyst, he hit it out of the park. It's condescending. That's the word we've been trying to come up with this friend thing. He nailed it, in my humble opinion.
Penner's Pancakes, nasty chat. Love this show. Where else can you go for in-depth advice on drinking, hangovers, gambling, and piss jugs? Which is true. My mom comes in yesterday. They came for a tour of the office. She goes, oh, no. She goes, is this your pee jug? I was just like, yes, Mom. And you can say piss.
As you take a drink out of said jug.
This is the pee jug. That's exactly what it is. We got into Coolbet Hotline of the day, and, of course, we got to bring in Mr. Lean. Mr. Lean. We'll find out what he's got. Troy last night, who won text of the day, Troy was there. What was his yesterday? Mr. Lean with the body of a teen. If you've got any Mr. Lean jingles for us, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999.
Makes the bookies scream.
Mr. Lean, he makes the bookies scream. That's not bad. Looney Land, I see your text message. I'm wanting to get another clip from the vault. We might try that again here at some point.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
The mandate John in the inbox right now. If Suter was a real friend, he would take you to seductions. Which is just that. No, that's me as a friend.
Memories is a restaurant, right? Just for people who don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
we just want to get that out.
It's a real nice restaurant.
It's a restaurant. It's
lasting
not a
legacy where friends go all the time in Regina. So that's nice. Coolbet Hotline of the day. Let's get into this right now. We got to go Canadian Football League tonight, right? We got to hit the CFL tonight. Let's see here. Elks and Argos, we mentioned it's a 7.5. Oh, I think I know where we kind of I don't know. Let's dive into this. I love the over tonight in the Winnipeg BC game. It sits at 51.5. I feel like by 11:30 today, we will have moved this line because with the 2 offenses that they're going to be rolling out there, the only reason that this doesn't hit, well, I don't see it not hitting. I was going to say the only reason it doesn't hit is that if they try to grind out this game on the ground with Brady Oliveira, But when you start grinding with Brady Oliveira, it just leads to like 7 yards, 8 yards. You just march
It's not
down
really
the
a
field.
grind. Yeah, you mentioned like you're not. This, yeah, over.
This
over.
has to be an
over.
All right, we're not even messing around here. Coolbet hotline of the day today: Bombers and Lions over 51.5. This is after we delivered a Coolbet hotline of the yesterday that was covered in the first 2 minutes of the Thursday nighter, and this one I think we'll probably cover late third quarter, maybe early fourth quarter. Well, myself and my great buddy Suits are watching together in Regina tonight. So over 51.5. It's your Coolbet hotline of the day, coolbet.com. If you want to hop on board, use the code LOCKSHOP when you sign up, and you get a 100% deposit bonus on initial deposit up to 200 smackaroos. Yeah, I wanted to do something with the Elks, but what I might do is later on today in the afternoon, I'll post a player prop once those player props are posted in that Elks Argos game. We'll see what the number is on.
That's a nice route.
Yeah.
Is
your computer dying?
Don't mind me. It just,
no, but look at these desks. Look at the desk we have. This is an awesome desk.
Awesome.
If you want a desk like this, reach out. Our boy JD can make one for you.
Safe to say it's a smart desk. In
It
a
is a-
sense.
it
I mean,
is a
it's
smart
very
desk.
smart. It's got I can phone
Very
charging,
smart
the
desk.
whole
We
thing.
got the chargers.
Holds
we
all
got
these
all the
crack
areas.
packs there, you know. It's
Custom
doing
made
a
for
great
us too,
job there.
which was pretty cool. All right, Mr. Lean. Where are we going today? Is there Europa? Is there what?
Europa's done. Conference League was yesterday as well. Are there any Premier League action
gotta
you can dive into today?
Mr. Lean.
Doesn't look
Mr.
like it.
Lean.
Caliente Greyhound track.
I'm looking at college football.
Oh, who are you?
Now we're talking.
Renee?
And I'm just trying to decide where to go with it.
Okay.
There's 3 games I'm looking at.
Okay.
You got Colorado coming off of 2 losses, taking on Arizona State. Minus 175 money line or minus 112. The spread is 3.5.
I definitely would go with the spread at minus 112.
And 3.5 points for Colorado. There's that one. There's Alabama taking on Texas A&M in College Station. Alabama minus 1 point is only minus 109. And my Washington State Cougars.
We're going to go there.
They're on the road at UCLA. Where is this one again?
Is it the Rose Bowl, eh?
I just gotta find it
13th
real
ranked
quick.
Washington State Cougars. By the way.
They have a fun offense. They could put on up points. On the money line, it's plus 127. I think I gotta go the spread though. Colorado is my line.
All right.
I don't think that team with what they could do offensively is losing 3 straight.
Or are you just sucked in to Coach Prime?
No, because I'm actually against them.
That hype
Oh,
train
you're
is-
anti-Coach Prime.
I'm a little bit anti. I think there's too much hype around
way
Coach
too much
Prime.
hype. Way
I
too
think
much
that they win their first game of the season, the second game, and it was like crown them champs all of a sudden. When
Sunglasses.
it's like, okay, well, let's wait and see what they could do the rest of the season. There was way too much hype on this team, but there was some really good talent though with this team, and yeah, I think when you look at Colorado minus 3.5 at minus 112, that's kind of my lean. Man, my Cougs underdogs on the road. I
12th
don't
ranked.
understand.
A little respect. Hey?
I'm excited for that game. Just overall, I'm excited about that game.
Why? So you got your lean.
Yeah.
Why don't you put together a little Maddie's college football parlay?
Well, if you did
Even
the
if you do
parlay,
just money lines, just do some money lines.
well, if you did the parlay of Buffalo's minus 3.5, Crimson Tide minus 1, and then I got to find the Cougs again here. Money line 127. That's a plus 724 parlay. If you want to go on the weekends, really trying hard,
Yeah.
Buffalo's
but
minus
that's what
3.5.
It's just a little sprinkle.
Crimson Tide minus
Just lean.
1.
It's just lean.
Cougars money line.
Just put them all on money
Plus
line.
724.
Because it's a parlay. Just put them all on money line, right? Then you don't, because they're low spreads anyway. Just take the win, right? You can do that.
So what does that change it to?
You know what I feel like, Maddie? This is a good clip for Maddie now.
What a sports nut, huh?
What a sports nut, huh?
Plus 567 if you take all money line of those.
Plus 567, which is still really good value on it. So, Big
You know,
Maple Sports Car says
it is a
Bama
Friday.
is no bueno.
They haven't looked like Bama in the past, but it's still
It's the program.
Texas A&M's not exactly a great program. They lost to my Hurricanes in the first game of the season. Looked terrible. I'm not sold on Jimbo Fisher and what he's done with that program there. He's done nothing ever since he's left Florida State.
You'd be more confident in a Saban there, even though they're
absolutely.
not. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the weekend. The week. I was three right this week, one wrong, ultimately. Let's go plus 567. Cougars money line, Crimson Tide money line, Buffalo's money line. So you're making an
official pick here? In addition
That's
to
my
the
lean.
Whoa.
That's the lean.
You're leaning on a plus
I'm leaning on a parlay. I'm leaning on a parlay.
I told you, man. I said this last night to some people at the Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino. I said it's been fascinating watching Maddie become a massive degenerate.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
great.
see how this goes, and then next week we have hockey too.
Can you start wearing one of those visors, the clear green visor? I need that. I need a lot of cigarette smoking. Take up cigarette smoking. Chains. I want chains.
And I want the bald cap with an earring, the most ridiculous look in sports.
Loose.
I think that would be great.
You're Irish as well. Number 10th ranked Notre Dame taking on Louisville, 25 ranked. That's a big one as well.
Huge game.
5:30 prime time.
Huge game for my Irish. Yeah. That's a big one.
You'll be watching that.
All right, so there you go. Coolbet hotline of the day over in the Bombers Lions game, 51.5. Maddie's got a 3-gamer lean today. A little parlay in college football for the weekend. So we'll see how this goes. All right, we got a couple things coming up. We got our short list, 5 names that have made the final lists for the beer that we're going to announce during Sobeys Beer of the Week. Mike Johnson is on the way around 8:20. Remember, it's the Nielsen Show uninterrupted. You tell us where in this city or any other city, for that matter, that you can get 3 straight hours of sports entertainment every single morning with no commercials. And it's not that we don't have clients. We just give them all the love in another way.
We don't go to the bathroom anymore.
No.
There's no bathroom? No bueno.
If peeing your pants is cool, I'm Miles Davis. Name the movie. You know the movie. Obviously, everybody knows the movie. I shouldn't even said name the movie. Oilers have their final preseason game. Is there really anything left to be decided? Maybe there is. We'll get into that. If you want to chime in, 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the nasty chat as well. And the local spin, a new segment with United Sport and Cycle. This is one of those things. I think I said it yesterday. I got beef for a butcher. Local spin for United Sport and Cycle. Like, we can work with you to come up with cool ways to sort of brand your company and have a good content segment as well. So Chris Morris is going to join us to talk about the Golden Bears, and we'll do a little trivia on the local spin. You have a chance to get a gift certificate from United Sport and Cycle. Right now, though, let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric.
NFL Thursday night saw Justin Fields connect with DJ Moore for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bears pick up their first win of the season, 40-20 over Washington. Week 18 in the CFL will kick off tonight with a doubleheader. The Elks back in action. They'll visit the Argos at 5, while BC hosts Winnipeg at 8. Oilers will cap the preseason tonight at home to the Kraken. Oil Kings, they kick off a 6-game homestand tomorrow night against the PA Raiders. Back over to football, Edmonton Huskies, they'll cap their regular season schedule Sunday in Regina. The Wildcats will visit Calgary tomorrow afternoon. Golden Bears football team are on a bye this week, ahead of a big game against the Saskatchewan Huskies next Saturday from Foote Field. Golden Bears men's hockey team, they'll host Mount Royal tonight in Canada West play. Puck drop 7 o'clock from the Drake. The Pandas will visit Mount Royal tonight. Sports Update is brought to you by the staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. He's been working steady for the past 12 years, minus the last 3.
Oh my God.
Why am I looking at that?
Wait, why are you slowing down? Frank? No way. Frank?
Hey, honey. Hey.
What on earth are you doing?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing.
Now.
Okay. Lease the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90 inline 6 turbo or plug-in hybrid to have room for absolutely everybody with its third row seating. Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Dance Party Friday with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here. Jim rolls into the Nasty chat today and says, "Good morning, boys." And somebody replies and goes, "Jim, the show's half over. Where have you been?" Which
Jim. Hello, bam.
The last thing we need is to start, hammering on people. Like, so what? This is the best thing. We could have we got offered a chance to go be at a station that's untrackable and you'll never know how many people are listening. Maddie's determined now. How long do people watch? Like, this is why I don't want to rip people for popping into the chat. Because what's our average viewing time for somebody? You were talking about this the other day. Like, how long do people on average watch on YouTube?
On YouTube, it's around 30 minutes.
So it's around 30 minutes. So it's a 3-hour show, the average. Now, there's a lot of you who are going to watch the entire thing. We love you. There's a lot of you who pop in for 10 minutes. We love you just as much. But on average, people are watching for about half an hour, and then people are coming and going. So we can't rip on Jim when he rolls in.
Penner's Pancakes did add one of those, like, smiley faces.
Oh, okay. Wow.
With the rosy cheeks.
Okay, good. Well, then I don't have to freak out.
They're friends.
Okay.
Like you in Suits. Okay. Hey, Jim, can I ask you a favor here?
Oh, man. Look at this. Congratulations on a legendary first month. All you're missing is traffic updates. Sending lots of love, Pauline Higgins.
No way.
To the inbox this morning.
No way.
Paris Jewelers inbox. What a time to be alive. Once again, us to Pauline.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, John.
Hey, we can do quick updates. It's not going to be Pauline, but
no.
Do you think we could ever get to a point where, and I don't know, this would probably be when we transition to Shanks, but we have us, we've got Maddie or YouTube Trev doing the show there, and then we've got Pauline with us in studio where we cut to like a Pauline cam for traffic updates. We could even, like with technology nowadays, we could throw Pauline in front of a green screen and have a video of the Henday behind her doing the traffic. And then we also have like Pinter in here just to read weather updates. So like, let's go to Pinter for a weather update. And he goes, it's cold out. And then it just comes back to us.
Why do I see Shanks as like the place we all go when we pass? Like I'm just...
You've gone up to that big Shanks in the sky.
We're all there, and we're all doing it. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing again.
Hey, somebody notes in the nasty chat, we should get Pauline on the Hangout. That would be cool.
Eric's mentioned
I've said this
on the
multiple
show
times.
this week to you.
Oh, sorry, boys. I don't listen.
Only listens when it's a
This is
hatch
why
or drop.
Suits is not your friend, because you don't listen to him.
Enough with the Suits thing. We're extremely tight buddies. We hang out every single weekend. We are good friends. You're making me go full heel. I got to get another latte.
Pauline would be great in Hangout. Pauline, if you're listening, and I know you are, if you're ever up here again in the 780-587, whatever it is, hit us up. We'll make it work for you around your scheduling.
That's a great idea that you've said that for the first time ever.
Oh, thank you. I try, bring those.
Would you like me to make you feel a little better, Dusty?
Okay. Wait a second. What's this involve?
Pat from Coolbet.
Oh, boy. What's this?
Holloway points up.
What?
23.5.
Just a second. I'm going to
Just a second.
hammer this right now. It's already up?
That's what he texted
Damn,
me.
they move quick. They move quick.
He also was in the nasty chat.
Yeah, EST exclusive.
I don't know if he was thinking about doing another EST exclusive.
Oh, yeah, no, I told him to do that.
Bombers, Lions.
As long as you don't let us down, Mr. Lean.
Well, don't put it on me. It's on primetime.
Oh, you can. No. If you're going to be. That's
You should get a
crazy,
pair
too.
of his shades.
Dylan
for
Holloway
Mr. Lean.
points.
I think that would be apt.
23.5. You go to coolbet.com, click on NHL season bets, click on player points. Dylan Holloway over 23.5. Hello. What do I got left in my account here? I'm just going to type in, when it says wager, I'm just typing in all of it. There we go. That's locked in. It's just that easy. That number's going to move a little bit, I think. Mind you, let's talk about this for a second. 23.5 points. Am I getting too eager here? Is Dylan Holloway only a 20-point guy this year?
Did you already put in the bet?
I already did. It's done now. I mean, I'm already kind of like, oh no, what have I done?
There's a point of this is what they know what they're doing out there.
Can Dylan Holloway basically get 1 point every 4 games?
Could.
I don't need a could right now. I need a yes, of course he can, Dusty.
I'll lean towards that way if you.
I don't know. I feel like
So last year, Derek Ryan put up 20 points. Do you think he could do better than Derek Ryan?
Give me somebody else.
Okay. Give me someone else that you'd want.
I think he can do better. Fogle. What does Fogle have? He's way better than Fogle.
Last year, 67 games, he got 28 points.
Easy money. Now, if he gets sent down in November, I'm going to be pretty rattled. But I don't see it, man. I think this is a good one. So yeah, if you want to get in on that, Dylan Holloway over the 23.5. I can't believe they got that up that quick. That's pretty impressive. All right, before we get to Chris Morris, we said we're going to announce the name of our beer. Also, NHL analyst Mike Johnson around 8:20 today. We've discussed it. These are the 5 names that really stood out to us. We're going to announce which one we're going to go with when Scott is in, and we're cracking beers coming up here at 8:25-ish to 8:30 today, I guess, after we're done with MJ. These are the 5 that kind of made the short list. Now, this one, because it's a great name, wanted to get it in the mix here, but we've kind of talked about how it doesn't fit for this beer, but it would probably be the front runner for our next one. The Ale of the North.
Yeah.
The Ale of the North was brilliant. And if this was an ale, it would have been Vince Carter like, it's over. Yeah. It's over.
I love a good ale. The name works. It just, unfortunately, it's not Lager of the North. You can't do that. So we'll push it, right? And as you say, maybe down the road when we do eventually get an ale, we'll just place it on the shelf.
Another one in the top 5 finalists for the name of our beer with Alley Cat, which hopefully will be available in all your Sobeys locations by December 1st. The 6 o'clocker lager. This one rolled in relatively early in the process, and it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? The 6 o'clocker lager.
I more preferred to the 6 o'clocker, that it's all in one. But no, this is more easier to say. And as we've kind of gone on and let these ideas sit and percolate for a bit, you're thinking 6 o'clock a.m., which a lot of the nasties. I mean, that's the wink and the nudge.
It makes sense.
But you want a beer after a long day of work? It's kind of 6 p.m.-ish. A ball game is getting started, a hockey game. Like that's your time. So hey, grab me a 6 o'clock lager or whatever for the 6, and so it works on a multitude of fronts. I like that one. You could have a little hashtag in front of it if you like.
This one would be great dual branding. The Nasty Cat, right? You've got Alley Cat, you got Apricat, and you got the Nasty Cat.
And it gives us just a chance to create our own cat, maybe like a bit of a panther head.
That's what you would imagine our cat like? Like a pog. A panther pog.
Like really bad. Yeah.
Because
it's nasty, And
if Edmonton Sports Tech had an official fierce cat, which cat would it be? 780-218-9999. Is it a leopard? Is it a tiger?
Maybe one of those skinless
Maddie,
cats.
you got a hot take on
Are we getting a station pet?
No, but we should probably get a mascot at some point. That would be cool. We don't want a pet. But what about Tommy Gazzola in a mascot cat of a leopard? Hey, the EST leopard. What would our mascot be? That's a real fun question.
I'm kind of thinking the Penn State Nittany Lion. One of the best mascots going in the game, right? Like that. That's a great one.
That would be good.
I'm all for Tommy if you can get him a mascot suit. I mean, that'd be kind of a nice,
most handsome mascot in the biz. That would be good. Anyway, the Nasty Cat would be a nice dual branding thing for sure. The Daddy Likes Lager.
It's fun to say.
The history of Daddy Likes on this show. Kind of be an ode to Pinter a little bit as well.
And daddies do like lager generally.
Daddies do, but you know what?
It eliminates the female type of thing.
Mommy's like lager too.
So you're kind of
made the short list, and then this one we would roll in with Cavis in studio. What say Brew? What say Brew's a strong contender.
I see it as a hard beer, I want a brick background and kind of spray painted on there, what say Brew, and and Cavis shouting or something like that, something big sun hat on there or something. I like the What Say Brew.
What Say Brew is strong.
Love it.
That's strong. So those are your 5 finalists for our Name the Beer contest with Alley Cat. For the next 2 weeks, after we announce the name today and it gets cleared and name checked and stuff, we will have a label making contest, and there will be a few things to that will be required. You have to have our logo kind of mixed in there and Sobeys logo kind of mixed in there. But we'll provide a template, and then you can draw a design or Photoshop or however you create what's it, Adobe Illustrator? Is that I
Oh.
would assume that's.
I thought you
probably-
printed off and just colored as you.
But you can do that
I
too.
think that's
yeah.
the best. Stay
Get
in the
all
lines
the kids
now.
to print it off and color too. I mean, that's good. So we'll accept labels for 2 weeks, and then we'll pick a label as well. But we will reveal the name here officially around 8:30 this morning, and watch for it. Alley Cat, us, and Sobeys Liquor teaming up together to do this. Tom Gazzola wearing Hunter's costume, decked out in EST swag. Scott's suggesting it's Garfield. Guys, with a Nasty Cat 4-pack, you could call it a litter. Hey, grab me a litter, a Nasty Cat. That's actually pretty good. I like it. Grab me a litter of Nasty Cat.
That's nice.
Oh, this would
like
be good. Our EST mascot is just like, does anybody know, like, where do you get mascot things made? Because, like, a big, friendly-looking conch that Tommy Gazzola's walking around in, like a conch with eyes and, like, white gloves.
Just like a minor league, the minor league type of deal here.
Yeah, that
I
would be
like
good,
that.
actually. I like that one as well. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or you can drop it in to the Nasty Chat this morning as well. Guys, Bill the Cat as a mascot. That's in from Rod the Roofer.
The cougar jokes are flying in as well.
How could the mascot be anything but a cougar named Renee? Oh, man. That's a really good idea. Who carries around a conch?
You're hitting,
Oh,
you're touching them all there. Yeah, I like that.
Dude, that's a great idea. That's absolutely brilliant.
Is that big cat smoking? Don't look at it in the eyes.
Yes, it is. Maddie, let us know when you're ready to go to Chris Morris. I did add the United. You'll just have to go to it's a weekly file there. All right, let's bring in Chris Morris. I am very excited to chat with Chris this morning. Chris, good morning, man. You're with Dusty and Eric. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Oh, we are doing just fine. Congratulations on all the success so far with the program this year. Tell us a little bit about this team. Like, when you came into the year this year with the University of Alberta Golden Bears, did you think, like, okay, like, it's a team that's been developing, and were you expecting to have this immediate success that you've had so far this season?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say immediate, but it's like these kids have been working their asses off for about 5 years here to get to where they are right now, right? So, like, this group came in, many years ago now, and it's kind of the way it works in Canadian university sport. Like, you bring kids in when they're 17, 18, and they don't become really good players till they're 21, 22, 23. So we've had a really good wave of young kids come in. We've been good in recruiting. My staff has done a really, really good job with the recruiting piece for the last many years here now. So we got a nice collection of athletes. And Dustin, I'll be honest with you, we were really good last year, and we had some things like we had 14 starters down by the fourth week of the season last year.
That's tough.
And even with that, we were competitive in every one of our games, and we thought we were pretty good. And that was with a first-year quarterback, with Eli playing in his very first year. So we were very optimistic going into this year. We knew we had some special guys. And the neat part is we have a really good core coming back for the next 2 or 3 years. So we're going to lose some key players this year, but we should be able to just keep going and be a very solid team for the foreseeable future.
Chris, just walking back a couple of weeks here and the season as you guys, you started really well. You pick up that big win mid-September in Saskatoon over the Huskies. Great game, 26-22 there. You're welcoming the Huskies in next Saturday, Footfield, 1 o'clock kickoff. Can you just take us back to that evening in Saskatoon? What was it like for you, that program? I mean, we've been talking to you for years here, and just can you tell us the special feeling it was to go out there, get a W in front of the ruckus crowd and everything kind of going on there? Take us back. What was it like that night in Saskatoon beating the Huskies?
Yeah, I just think it was very gratifying for the kids involved. Like, those kids have had, like, it just takes a lot of work to build a program up, right? And the amount of off-season training you do and the classroom work you do and all those things. And to have that group of kids, go from a period of time where they were getting beat and then go into Saskatoon when, Saskatoon's one of the best teams in the country. And we played really, really well in spurts in that game. Like, we were up 20-0 and pulling away. And then we had a couple little mistakes here and there. And then the game got a little bit closer than it probably should have been. But the gratification on the kids' faces at the end of the game and the earned sense of satisfaction, how hard they've worked and the accomplishments that they've made so far this season they're really fun to watch. That was a great night. Hopefully the first of a few really great days and nights we're going to have here over the next little bit. These guys they're dialed in right now. They're working their tails off. We're in bye week right now, and even during bye week, we've had some great practices. So we're excited for the final 3 games of the regular season and then for the playoffs.
Chris, doing your guys' games for so long, when you first took over, you're watching the program, kind of take these small steps along the way. And then, I left and started doing CFL games and have been trying to follow along with the program and, talking with you for a lot of those years, the leaner years, and we'd get text messages being like, how come Morris hasn't turned around the Golden Bears yet? But you've said it multiple times, like this is a process. Was there a moment over the last 3 or 4 years where you're like, okay, like the tide is turning, like what we've done here for the last up to 6 years at that point is finally working? Like, was there 1 or 2 moments when it really sort of hit for you guys?
Yeah, I think you always look at metrics and what you're building and all those sort of things, right? So for us, the first metric was like our graduation rate.
Okay.
Because the problem here for many, many years was just there's too many kids coming and going and failing out of school. The retention rate wasn't very good, and it's a really good academic school. And if you look at the top academic schools across the country, there's not that many that are up in the top 5 or 6 teams because it's way harder academically for the kids to get in and then also to stay in school, right? So we had to build some structures around that to make sure they could stay. And we started having a way better retention rate and a way better graduation rate. And then we started sending a bunch of guys pro, like with Ed Olnicki and Justin Lawrence and Mark Corday and the guys, the good athletes we were getting that came to us and were listening to us and working in our program and the off-season conditioning, everything. They were all going pro. And for us, to me, that shows you're doing the right things. Dustin, it's hard when you haven't won a game. Like when I first came here, it was 3 straight years they hadn't won a game.
Oh, I didn't call a home win for like 5 years. It was tough.
And so you're trying to recruit a kid, and they get Calgary's won the Hardy Cup for 6 straight years, and you're trying to recruit an Alberta kid to come here, and the kids who are here who know us. Some of them will come, but it's harder than you might think to pull a kid out of Calgary and say, hey, man, come to U of A. I know we haven't won anything for a long, long time, but come here and play for us. And then when we started sending guys pro, we had Olnicki win the Head Crichton Award. And then kids started listening. And then kids, I got a bunch of kids out of Calgary over the next 2 or 3 years. I did a stint coaching for Football Alberta for the U18 program for the province. And those kids all came and played for me after they finished with the U18 program. And those are the Tyshawn Blackburns, the Romeo Nash, the Justin Gastinis, the Matthew Petersons. Those guys all came because they knew how we were going to treat them. They knew the kind of program we were going to run. And then once we had a critical mass of athletes, then we started winning some games and we started making the playoffs. And we've been in the playoffs 3 of the last 4 years, and we've been in the top 10. It's just a big process. And I understand people why hasn't he turned around 2, 3, 4 years go by and you're like, what? And trust me, man, I've won everywhere I've been. I've never had, this has been hard. And it's, you know what I mean? And I always say to people, it's like, this is one of the biggest challenges I've ever been associated with just because of the amount of work that had to go in before anything tangible was shown. And the kids that were here were having a great experience. They were having a great experience in a program, and they were something they were proud of. And although we weren't winning as many games as we would have liked, they felt good about what they were doing and what they were building. And now the results are starting to show on the field. And Dustin, we play in Canada West. Everybody here is really, really good. So you can't be good until you're one of the best teams in the country. So it's one of those where it just took a while, and I'm really, really proud of the work that my staff's done and that the kids have done here, and the way they've stuck with it over the years. You start off and you have no idea, especially in an organization that hasn't been successful, how hard you need to work to compete. And that's the first layer you got to build. And it was like for years we had guys, I think we're working too hard. I think we're doing too much. And they just don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a genuine thought. They genuinely feel that way, but they just don't know. And now the guys we have are like, what more can we do, coach? What more? We should be meeting on Wednesday nights. We should be doing this. We should be having more. And it's like, it's just a complete different mindset when you start getting guys close to being able to compete for championships. and we're really getting there right now. I feel really good about this group. By far, this is the best team I've had here, from an attitude, from a knowing what it takes to win, attention to detail, physical. Like they do all the things right. So it's been fun watching them grow up here, because a lot of these kids, Dustin, like that's the other. A lot of these kids grew up even in our camp system. Like we grew these guys. I've worked with some of these kids since they're 12, 15 years old. Like that camp system we've developed is one of the best probably in North America. Like we have kids from all over Northern Alberta coming here to our camps every year, participating. Many of them go on to play with us. Not all of them, obviously, but like there's lots of them who learn how to play the game with us, and then they come play for us. So we're like kind of like Henry Ford here. We vertically integrated everything, where we have kids coming in from when they're young, right? So it's really good. But it's been a process. It takes a long time to build something like this.
Yeah, well, and it does. And you mentioned in there Ed Olnick, and he's one of our favorites. We had him in.
I think 170 or 180 on 11 carries the other day. So it's a little bit different, because he's a little bit more explosive, but he's a special young man, and that's the great part about it. Well, one of your best players is your hardest working player, and one of the players who cares the most, and that's when you got something special.
Well, best of luck the rest of the way, Chris. We'll have to catch up with you again, man. We really appreciate the time, and I absolutely love seeing the program's success. So keep it up.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
That's Chris Morris. He's just the best. Remember when we first brought him on like a decade ago, and I thought about trying to use a few years of eligibility and try to become a member of the Golden Bears at like the age of 33?
Well, the volleyball scholarship was a thing too, right? At one point in time.
Yeah, well, we were hoping for that. The Local Spin is brought to you by our great partners at United Sport and Cycle, fourth-generation, family-owned, operated business for over 95 years. When you're looking at something going on in this community, United Sport and Cycle is certainly involved. And as part of the Local Spin, we want to drive people down to United, so we've got a gift certificate. I haven't picked these up just yet, so this is one where if you win it today, you have to wait. We'll reach out to you. But we're going to do a little trivia for this. And by the way, we don't know why that audio cut out, but the nasty chat was awesome. Like people were just, I think one guy was in there and said, "No, Mikey, no."
I heard a static in my ear, and I think it was around the same
that.
time it happened. I heard. We're just troubleshooting here. I just wanted to get that on the official report.
Anyway, somebody else in the nasty chat was like, "Maddie's probably losing his mind right now." But that was weird. We've never just had the audio drop like that. Like we've had the stream sort of drop. But
I was working on a different computer at the time, and it just stopped accepting the source of our board. And I had to open up I opened it up again, it didn't work. And then I had to do it a different way for it. So I have no idea why that occurred.
The fun continues at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The good news is that when you can hear us, there's no static. So that's nice. Local Spin, here we go. This is an easy one. All you have to do is answer this trivia question. We'll get you into the mix for that gift certificate from United Sport and Cycle. We just chatted with Chris Morris, head coach in the University.
The Lock Shop.
Remember in the dark days of the pandemic when we were sitting around?
Oh, yeah.
What the heck were we doing? Ping pong was huge in the first few months. But yeah, God bless the KBO. I really came to appreciate the bat flips in the KBO.
They didn't mess around, hey?
Shout out to the KT Wiz. Became my favorite team through all of this. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I'm not hitting a lot of Japanese or Korean baseball right now because there's some big games in the majors that we're hitting right now.
The Lock Shop with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
All right, we fixed it again for now. We'll see what happens. One more cutout, and Maddie's head's gonna explode.
Well, if it happened again, maybe we just call it a day, right? Like,
yeah. No, that would be good. So yeah, that was weird. Kind of. So what we've done here is like we troubleshoot. As we're closing in on a month, this is an issue that we haven't seen yet. So we'll see if it continues to.
If you got any ideas, get in on the Nasty Cheddar at Paris Jewelers inbox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody wants us to mime the rest of the show if this happens again. I think we could.
Actually, we could
make
probably
it work.
do that.
You know what I mean?
We could probably do that. Wait, okay. Let me do this. I'll do a mime. You try to guess.
Oh, like a charade.
Guess what it is.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's see here.
For the audio only people, could you try describing what he's miming?
Yeah.
Go through your process because
You're right.
if you just try to do that, there's a bunch of people that will have no idea what's happening.
All right.
Beer of the week choosing thing.
Let's do this. Here we go. Okay,
so you get your hands. 2 words. That's 2 words.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to talk. Right?
2 words. Yes. First word, I assume. Okay, you got horns. That's a horny. You're horny. It's a cow. It's a bull. You're a bull. Yelling. A yelling bull.
Antler.
Oh, okay. Antler up. You look like a big animal with antlers.
Come on.
Elk.
Yes. What? I shouldn't have said that, but yes.
Okay, so that's first word.
Yeah.
Elk.
First word.
Yes.
Elks.
Sorry,
cheated.
Second word. Yeah, 2. Surprise. Elk surprise. Elk victory. Elk win.
Yes.
Elks win.
Elks win. Yes.
Look at that.
How'd that go?
Thanks,
everybody?
man.
I love people guessing. It's.
I just wanted you to keep doing this the whole time.
Oh, I guess did we get cut out when I was doing the trivia question for the local spin? All right. So anyway, the trivia question was: how many Grey Cups did the head coach of the Golden Bears win during his time with Edmonton? Easy. Text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. All you have to do is tell us how many Grey Cup championships did Chris Morris have here in Edmonton, and you will go into the mix for that gift certificate from United Sport and Cycle. Nasty chat, if you're watching over there, text us so we can keep them all together. Okay? Hey, I like the one guy who texted in and got the Elks win just from you describing my...
Oh, no, very smart.
Yeah.
Much smarter than I was.
Should we make Nielsen Show charades like a once-a-week thing?
Yeah.
It has to be sports-related.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll probably forget this. So somebody remind us next
Survey
week
Brett,
to do Nielsen Show charades again.
I just like the 2 words. First word.
Yeah.
Scissor.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, we do have a sports update coming up. We do have Mike Johnson. MJ's going to be by around 8:20. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week around 8:30, and we will announce the name of our beer with Alley Cat coming up. That's going to be pretty exciting as well. One more time, if you do want to get in, how many Grey Cups did Chris Morris win? 780-218-9999. Also, if you would like to play Kind of Easy Trivia, we do need to get somebody right now. If you want to win a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, just text in and say, hey, guys, I want to play. I'd like to play Kind of Easy Trivia today. And Mighty will pick one of you. He will get you on the line. We'll play Kind of Easy Trivia. 3 questions to win. Mike Johnson. The fun just continues to roll all and on. But let's get to a sports update here with Lieutenant Eric.
NFL action last night saw Justin Fields connect with DJ Moore for 3 touchdowns and 230 yards as the Bears finally win. First win of the season, 40-20, over the host Washington Commanders. Canadian football, Week 18 kicks off tonight with a doubleheader. The Elks back on the field. They'll visit the Argos at 5. Well, at 8 o'clock out in Vancouver, it's the BC Lions hosting the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Oilers put a cap on the preseason tonight, hosting the Kraken. Oil Kings will kick off a 6-game homestand tomorrow night against the PA Raiders. Back over to football, where the Edmonton Huskies will conclude regular season play Sunday in Regina. The Wildcats wrap up their schedule tomorrow afternoon down in Calgary. Golden Bears football team, they're on a bye this week. They'll welcome in the Saskatchewan Huskies to Footfield next Saturday. Golden Bears men's hockey team, they host Mount Royal in Canada West play this evening. Puck drops 7 o'clock from the Drake. The Pandas will visit Mount Royal tonight as the teams will flip locations tomorrow.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
It's Party Friday with the AM Nasty 780-218-9999. We're going to play a little kind of easy trivia here. Maddie will track somebody down for that. 24D-back in the Nasty chat says, if we say it 20 more times, Dusty might go, hey, that's a really good idea. What's that? Is he talking about the interactive big board? You could technically put up the interactive big board like on here and then like add stuff to it. That's something that we can
in the future, hey?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be bad. Mike Johnson's coming up. He's going to join us around 7:20. And the Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, and the reveal of what our lager will be called. And then my parents might pop by, actually, at some point today.
Yeah, I like that.
HR Daddy, get that face in. Let's see here. Toffoli, Cole Caulfield, Superstar, and Quentin Byfield. We must be doing pretty good on this set.
We're coming along here.
We're going to have to clean these packs off. For
it's almost trading season.
Yesterday, as I was loading up another 10 packs, I said, it must be almost time for Rick to start wheeling and dealing.
Absolutely.
Like, we must have enough doubles now that we can probably do a little something.
Got a good
with
stack.
it, right?
I got a few people in the Rolodex that I usually reach out to, and but yeah, if you want to start,
You got
trading,
your regular go-tos,
It's never
right?
too early.
Yeah.
Hop in the DMs. Let's get going.
No, that's good. All right, Maddie, who do we have here?
Charles.
Charles
in charge.
All right, well, let's go to Charles today. He's going to play kind of easy trivia, looking to get his hands on a gift certificate from Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. The sirloin bites are to die for. And the Nielsen recommendation, classic Mike burger, which wouldn't surprise anybody that that's what I'm recommending, but it's also delicious, and it's elongated. It's
Pickle,
like a
pickle on the outside.
It's not a classic circle burger because they do things differently.
Thin pickle.
Mr. Mike's thin pickle.
Thin pickle.
On the
Just laid down on that puppy.
on the outside. So, yes. All right, let's go to Charles. He's going to play today. Charles, how you doing, man?
Good. First timer, so a little nervous, but
Buddy, you don't have to be nervous. How do you like listening to the new show?
I love it. There's a little bit of glitch with the audio dropping, but other than that, glad to have you guys back.
You know what? Text us. Maddie will walk you through the audio glitch, and then everything will be good. All right, we will start the ticker. After read the first question, you need 3 of 5. Good luck, man. All right, here we go. Which team won the NFL Thursday Nighter?
Chicago.
Who is the quarterback of the Commanders? Who do the Oilers play tonight? Name one player on the Kraken. Oh, my God.
Sounds like that.
Oh,
Sounds
my
like the
God,
phone's glitching there.
The phone was glitching.
The phone's glitching.
I think that's his phone.
It sounds like it.
I think that's his phone. Hey, are you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
We didn't hear any of your answers. Should we give him a do-over?
Oh, man.
Did you hear the questions earlier?
Yeah, I did.
How many did you get right?
I missed the Commanders quarterback, but I had the rest.
I'm giving it to you.
No!
Oh, my God. Damn it, Shane, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment.
Totally.
People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV.
That's stupid.
It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just
I'm
so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Oh, I'm going to get it.
Why don't you just give him a conch?
Well, look,
I mean, we're not out of the
What do we think here? What do we think?
Format going to hell. We
No,
just don't.
no, that's not it. I trust our listeners. These people are supporting us. They're listening to us. They're listening live or they're on the audio stream. You think he's going to lie to us about what he got right? And look, I don't blame him for not knowing who Sam Howell is.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's kind of easy. That's like a Tom Gazzola. No, but he came on here and he said that his glitch, and then the phone glitch, the entire performance
I think his phone has issues.
And I mean, he may have, and then you ask him, hey, how did you do? Let's give it. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's fine. You guys do your thing. It's all good.
When I asked him how did he do, and he could have said, I got 5 for 5.
Yeah.
But he was honest with us. He said, I missed on the commander's question, but I got the rest of them.
It's like when I dropped Hatcher.
No, it's not even remotely close.
Sure it is. I didn't complain. I was honest. It's all fine. I don't need a...
All right, what do you guys think? Did I screw up, or was this the right play? Ooh, in motion phenom Zegras. That's nice. Are you honestly rattled by this?
I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. What's the?
All right, let's see here. Let's get.
Yeah, I don't. Why would I hate the listeners? That has nothing to do with hating the listeners.
Well, somebody's saying in there that you hate the listeners.
Now I'm the heel. Is that what this is? The heel's on the other foot?
Brendan says the heel's on the other foot. Brendan says, what kind of crap is that, Dusty? Giving this out for free? You've killed the system. 12 years down the drain. I didn't give it out for free. He told us he got 4 of 5. What are we supposed to do? What I should have said. So I said, I go to him, how many did you get right? And he goes, well, I got the commander's thing wrong, but I got the rest right. Am I supposed to say, like, full-blown Burgundy? I don't believe you. Then I'm not trusting people who love us enough to seek out the show now and listen.
I just think it shouldn't have gotten to that point. You know, he comes on here and he's like, you guys are great, but you're a little glitchy. And then his phone, doesn't show up to the entire performance. So at that point, we should probably say, hey, Charles, thank you for listening. Thank you for trying. Better luck next time.
Alan says, totally the right play. Filthy says, Dusty won. Lieutenant Eric, nothing. See, Silver Capri says, it's Friday. Let's give it to him.
No,
Northside Adams says, weak sauce, Dusty.
Losing sleep over it.
Put yourself in Charles' shoes.
So somebody calls in Monday and their phone, craps out, and we're just going to be like, hey,
After I would say,
sounds good enough.
How many of these questions do you think you got right? And they would say, I got 3 right, Dusty. And I'll say, well, that's good enough for me.
It's a tricky game. It's a slippery slope.
I think decision had to be made.
Oh, you made one. I don't necessarily agree with it, and I think a few people don't as well. But that's fine.
Okay, well, look,
it's not my show. It's the Nielsen show.
It's the Nielsen show with Lieutenant Eric.
Sure, with.
So here's what I think has to happen. We need to put this down on the agenda for the meeting in 2 weeks on how do we handle this situation moving forward. The bottom line is we're sending one extremely happy customer to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual.
No, that's
which is what we're about.
But Surveyor Brett makes a good point. Did you even ask him 5 questions? I thought after 3 the phone was messed up. Was there 5 on the record here?
I think I yelled out all 5.
I mean, sure. I heard 10.
I'm giving it to the guy. It's a Friday. But yeah, that's definitely an agenda thing for the next.
I don't want to rip it out of his hands. I'm just saying.
Sounds like you do.
This would be any other day. We'd be like, your phone sucks, and Roseanne would be on, and we would all go about our business.
You really want to hear Roseanne right now?
Well, I don't, but I'm
exactly
just during regular.
I do have 2 other intros that we haven't played yet that you made. So we got Dip My Squad.
Yeah, that's
Dip My Squad. This I think the kids say this F's right.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Dip with my pride, with my bone and get, boy. I don't even want to battle, y'all. No remorse. I switch this game up on y'all. Not a matter.
That's nice. That's good.
It's very fetch.
Yeah. That's good. Okay, so then we got 2 other ones. So we played 2. You did 5 more. We did
6.
2 of them.
You
did 6.
It should be 6.
Okay, well we played 2 other ones yesterday. Yeah. I don't think we played these 2 yesterday. Did we play Splash Kick yesterday? Let's find out what Splash Kick is.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Okay, that's a keeper.
Like Blade or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Adrenaline there. All right, and then this one's called Joska. Do you remember this one? Hey, there he is. Scott's here, which is good because Mike Johnson needs to bump 20 minutes. So we can get to Sobeys. Sorry, he just texted me. So we can get to Sobeys, Safeway, Laker, get a nice little buzz on, then chat with MJ. All right, and this is Joska.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. On EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
So like grunge?
It's kind of grunge. It's not Dance Party Friday, but it's a nice, like, it's like a Monday waking up,
Yeah,
hey,
that's a
welcome
good
back,
Monday thing.
we're
Like,
talking the weekend.
actually, if you put a little Scott Stapp over this. Right?
Yeah.
It's Creed Tuesday. Yeah, that's not bad. We could definitely do that. All right, well, let's get into 3 questions too many. Brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment today?
3 questions too many. It's brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, where Mitch made his entire staff work late last night so none of them could come out to the EST party at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. He's the boss. He's a hard boss. He's a tough boss. It's tough love, but they're all better off for it. And that's where you want to buy a car because the staff are working around the clock and making things better for you. Visit them online, parkmazda.ca. You got the little chat set up. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I do. It's at Lieutenant_Eric. You can relive last night in all of its entirety. Hey, and Pauline Higgins tweeting at us this morning as well, not just in the Paris Suez inbox.
We got to get her a
She's
job.
got a Goonies gif.
Isn't she supposed to be doing traffic this morning on that other station? Like, is she not still doing traffic on
She's got to get in the hang-up.
Virgin or something? That's, well, anyway, keep the messages coming, Pauline. Keep them coming. All right. Let's get into this here. Question number 1. We've talked about it right in the 6 o'clock hour, but it says, who or what was the highlight of the party last night?
Well, since I'm there every Monday and Thursday, I kind of know the lay of the land. So
Yes,
the
you
highlight
do.
for me was watching all you guys and your entire family showing up and the AM Nasties
following
and getting
them
to
up,
see
yeah.
Renee, getting to see the TVs, getting to see the off-track betting, the smoked brisket cheesesteaks. Like, I mean, the volume of those flying out of the kitchen was making me cry. I was weeping a bit of tears of happiness and joy. So just having everybody come out to see the madness was that just overall generally was my big highlight.
The cheesesteak was up there.
Meeting your mom, too. I just wanted to get that.
Yeah, she was very excited
Great.
to meet
We
you,
had- we had a
too.
great time.
Yeah. And when she met your brother, too, she goes, I almost thought that was Lieutenant Eric. I was like, no, that's his brother. Cheesesteak was up there. Meeting Bizarro Renee was up there. But meeting Jesse, who brought his jersey and had the whole crew sign it and was just... this guy's a beauty, man. He was the best. And he'd had a few. Like, he was feeling pretty good, I think. But this guy was awesome. He had HR Daddy sign his jersey. And my dad, if you actually go look at the photo of my dad, I think Bones pointed out, my dad's got like 2 braces on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what. I think he's probably faking it. I don't know exactly
all for
what
show.
it is. I think it's all for show. But, yeah, so he signed it, HR. Like this, Jesse's he was the best. He was the best. So I think Jesse might have been the highlight of the night last night for me. But make sure you join Eric Mondays and Thursdays. That's set up really well. I mean, with all the TVs and everything, it's perfect. Question number 2.
I think Jesse started asking people in the off-track betting area just for autographs.
He was awesome.
He was going to get an autograph from anybody. Like, it's like if you had a pen, he's on you, right? Like,
Cash is in and says, the highlight for me might have been actually getting to hug Renee.
well,
which
and
was
Cash,
awesome.
big winner last night, too, hey? In the
Yeah, Cash won a spot in the Hangout, so he's going to
Hangout
be on the
draw.
Hangout here
Yeah.
at some point. YouTube Trev's first autograph was Jesse, who was feeling, yeah, I know. YouTube Trev signed it. And then Trev standing there after, he goes, I can't believe I just signed that guy's jersey. And I said, welcome to the show, Trev.
Well, I know where Trev gets it because I was talking to his dad there. I'm like, hey, man, nice to meet you. He goes, this is the best. Like, he's like, Trevor's having the I'm like, you are. Like, yeah, I get it now. It's all good.
That's good. All right. Question number 2. I'm really ready for the regular season to go, so we'll get to this question. Is there anything left to be decided with the Oilers tonight? Probably not. Like, I don't think, like, if Peterson has a good game, are they going to put Lavoie on waivers?
Like, how
no chance.
How bad or good does a performance have to be tonight that really shifts a decision making, right? Like,
if Ben Gleason plays a solid game again, he's still not getting a job over Broberg or Desharnais. Like, there's nothing left to be decided tonight.
Yeah.
Unless, and we don't know the lineup yet, but if Bouchard and Nurse play together and for some reason are awful tonight, like maybe Woodcroft goes, okay, this ain't going to work, but I highly doubt it.
But even so, I guess it's last preseason, what Kraken team is coming here, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, who you starting in net Wednesday? I don't know if that's determined tonight, but that's still a question on people's minds.
It's Campbell tonight, which it should be, and he's awesome, then I guess. Yeah, okay.
I
guess that could still be decided.
Maybe, but
780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat, TV Brokel says Lavoie could go -5 and literally score on his own net tonight, and he's still safe.
I'd like to see him try. I'd like to see that flex. Like that.
Hey, you think I'm not on this team? What do you think about this? He scores in his own net. And then everybody would just be like, and this guy finishes.
And has the nerve to take the number 98 as well, eh?
All right, and question number 3. Ooh, this will spice people up. Will there be an NFL game this weekend that's more exciting than the Lions and Bombers? Like, what's going to be the most exciting professional football game this weekend?
Jaguars Bills out in London.
Yeah, I kind of feel like
Titans Colts. Anyone? Huh?
Nope.
Huh?
Let's just go through the whole list of NFL games and talk about which ones could be as good as the Bombers and Lions. Giants Dolphins? No.
As P. Greggy said, it's another 70 here. Eh?
Saints Patriots?
No.
Ravens Steelers? That could be a good game if you like 14-11 football games.
Smash Mouth.
Panthers Lions? That's going to be great for me because the Lions are going to crush them. Texans Falcons? Titans Colts? Bengals Cardinals? Eagles Rams? Chiefs Vikings could be a highly entertaining game. That total set at 52.5. Jets Broncos, Cowboys Niners.
That's
there you go.
Maybe one. Prime time.
Cowboys Niners.
Sunday night.
That could end up being an amazing game. But outside of that, Lions Bombers Friday night will provide you with more entertainment than every single one of those other games.
It's going to be an offensive show. Offensive on the field, not like
Dean is in. He was at the party last night wearing that was an Oliveira jersey, right?
Yes.
It was 20. Yeah. I just know he was wearing a sweater over top of the jersey. He must have been really warm.
No, I know what he was doing. It was a good play by him.
All right, let's get into Maddie. We're going to make this the switch on the fly here. Now wait,
I'm going to move all this. No,
let's
I can do this.
Here's what we'll do. This will be fun. I do have a beer of the week intro, which is 1 minute and 16 seconds.
Oh,
and put us on the high shot. Yeah, there we go. In 1 minute and 16 seconds, let's switch this over. Ready, set, go.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week on The Nielsen Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Fun game moving forward. I don't know why we cut to the high shot, but it froze, and it was great because we got everything done, and then we just flashed back, and here we are. So that's outstanding. Scott, what's up, buddy?
It's good morning. It's good morning. I was wondering when the announcement of no breaks. I was wondering how this was going to go.
Yeah.
That was really smooth.
It was pretty smooth. And we went to the high shot because we wanted you to see everything, and then for some reason it was just froze on Eric sitting there. Next week when we go to high shot and get the music going, that's fun. Keep coming up with pretty good ideas, I think. What are we going to see, Matty? Oh, yeah, you can't speak. His mic's actually unplugged over here with Scott. And make sure you talk into that mic, Scott.
The best.
All right, so we're going to get into our let's have a couple bevies.
Okay.
Then we'll announce our name for the beer that we're doing, which is going to be good. So what do we got here?
I like how you said have a couple of bevies because what we're actually drinking today is Brevi soda.
Okay.
Brevies.
What is this?
Brevies.
Let's have a couple of Brevies.
Yeah. So they're Brewsters. So Brewsters I mean, has been around 30 years. I think they just actually celebrated an anniversary of being open. So it's been around since 1989. So they, again, sitting around one day, thought, why aren't we not making a delicious vodka soda drink?
Yeah.
So they've come up with 4 awesome ones.
Okay.
So the beer of the week is actually a drink of the week this week. So we've got Brewster's, the 4 different flavors, 12-pack, and I brought the 12-pack there. $24.99. It's save $8. So it's a, you know, you're not going to get a better deal for them, but we've got 4 different flavors that we're going to try. We've got a pink grapefruit. We've got lemon lime. We've got Saskatoon berry lemon and blood orange blackberry.
Ooh.
So these are like,
I also see this farmer's stand.
And then I brought a little,
Hey, check it out. Farmer's stand.
You got it right there.
Congratulations.
You're on the can.
You've done it.
Well, it was Canadian Beer Week. It was Canadian Beer Day this week, so I figured we have to at least have
a
one
couple.
beer. We got to have a couple beers. For
Well,
sure.
I'm excited to try these brevies.
Yeah, so I'll just go lemon lime right off the bat. So these are there we go. No, we're good.
Oh,
you got the placemat. That's
yeah,
all right.
smart thinking.
I thought we were gonna lose it there for a second. So again,
This sounds like it might be my favorite.
Yeah,
just with the
I like a lemon.
With the way
lime.
that it opened.
Yeah, the lemon lime, but yeah, the open was nice.
It
crisp.
screamed lemon lime as it came out of the can. So again, these are all like a lot of these vodka sodas. You know, some of them can taste a little.
No,
sweet.
This is not. I'm sure it's going to taste delicious, but when I first smelled it, it smells like a child's diaper.
Oh my goodness!
But like a fresh new diaper. Like if you love that baby
diaper.
diaper.
Like
not the post diaper.
Not a fresh.
When I first smelled it took me back to like changing the kid and putting on a brand new diaper.
Ooh, that's the sound. The sound was really nice.
Probably not.
I had to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I would say more lemon lime.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Sorry, boys.
What's a clean, fresh, clean?
It's a rough day.
That's what you.
Yeah.
Clean
so
and fresh.
all of these are no
I guess.
sugar, 110 calories.
When you put it that way.
They're really delicious. No sugar, gluten free, made with real fruit, vegan, crossing off all the buckets. Just a really nice. So again, we'll try all 4 and we'll be able to taste it.
Let's do it. Cheers to Strummy, because when you guys are drinking, I'm gonna read something from him, and one of you are probably gonna spit out your drink.
Oh, this is
so.
great.
Cheers to Strummy.
Cheers.
Yeah. Hey, Dusty, does that arm come in men's?
I was ready for it, and I still almost did it.
And then when Maddie in the corner
Yeah.
goes,
Oh, good. Okay, let's see.
Wow, that's super smooth. I like
really
that.
good.
That's
And
good.
all of these are really, I don't want to say light, but they are kind of light, refreshing. And with the weather right now, I mean, this weekend it's going to be really nice. They're perfect.
Well, Thanksgiving too. You're eating a lot of turkey gravy and all this. This would be like a nice light kind of add-on to those heavy meals.
To have in your fridge. You know, family coming over.
Change of pace. Yeah.
You know, if you're kind of mixing in a couple of beers. So let's go with the pink grapefruit next. Pink grapefruit is usually one that I like. You know, kind of I like Radlers. I like that kind of thing. You can see the colors a little bit of a tinge to this one. So we'll see what Dusty thinks this one smells like.
Get the nose to that.
So Michael in the nasty chat goes, funny, I just grabbed a fresh diaper for myself. So I can see Michael being like, oh, it smells so good.
He's gonna have to go buy a pack of these. Again, $8 off, $24.99 for a 12-pack to compare the two.
I don't know, man. It still smells
just
like
clean
fresh
and
diaper.
fresh.
I don't
It's
know
clean
what's
and
going on
fresh.
with my
Yeah.
sense of smell.
Maybe it's the soda. I don't know. Maybe it's that.
Maybe that's what it is.
Soda, and maybe that's what's kind of triggering that for you. But again, pink grapefruit, 5%.
A lot. Yeah.
It looks like kind of a little bit of grapefruit juice in there.
Yeah.
All real fruit. Again, nothing, no nonsense added.
Cheers to the preseason. Finally on the verge of being over. Thank God. Oilers' final preseason game tonight against the Kraken.
It's too long.
It's way too long.
Well,
that's that grapefruity.
Give us 5 preseason games. That's it.
At max. Like I like grapefruit the way
Sets
it
your mouth alive.
Yeah.
Like it kind of gets things dancing in there.
Makes it excited in your mouth, right? Like
I like that one.
I like that one. Yeah, for sure.
That's probably my favorite one so far.
Okay, so let's go with Saskatoon berry lemon.
Kevin in the nasty chat goes, sommelier, right?
Yep.
Sommelier Dusty describing bevy aromas. Just a hint of fresh diaper.
I'm not sure that's one of the categories.
No, well, it tastes delicious. I don't know. Maybe I'm yearning for the days of my children in
I
diapers.
guess,
you know?
yeah.
Maybe it's
look at this.
New baby on the way. Maybe it's like foreshadowing.
No.
Oh, hey.
Don't even.
I like how you're like, no.
No. No,
Yeah,
my
so-
wife will kill me if she gets pregnant.
So again, here we go with again beautiful color to this one. I mean, it looks good in the glass. This one here, Saskatoon berry lemon.
Rosé type of look to it.
It does, really, for sure. I love Saskatoon. Saskatoon pie has got to be right up there, so I love
I
Saskatoon.
mean, a cheers to LeBron James being the best player in the NBA in his 21st year.
Wow,
Okay,
cheers.
well,
Cheers. There you go.
Climbing the ladder here, yeah.
And I like how all of these brevies, and it's, again, Brewster's knows what they're doing, right? Like, I mean, I love their beers.
Yeah.
I go back
Sucked. They would have gone out of business
a long time ago.
Well, you would think. I
when
mean,
you
get a
have that
bailout,
much
maybe.
success, like,
Yeah.
when we're off the air in 6 months, they'll just be like, well, that idea failed.
Yeah, it was the diaper comment.
Yeah, exactly. It really went downhill after that.
So again, this one here. So now we're going. You can tell by the color. So this is blood orange blackberry.
Ooh.
So is blood orange on the list of fruits you've had?
No, but you could juggle them in produce.
We stocked them. Boy, did we stock them.
Yeah.
We're all produce guys. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
that's-
produce
yeah,
boys.
yeah.
That could be like the Jersey Boys on Broadway.
Maybe that's our.
I think a podcast idea, hey?
Maybe.
Parody
Stories.
songs from Jersey Boys about fruits and vegetables.
Let's get in the cooler.
Yeah.
You know, like,
or the Edmonton Sports Talk vodka soda idea is the produce boys. It's
produce boys.
You have to guess what kind of fruit it is.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like we said, idea generating machine. This show
constantly moving.
All right.
Again, so these are all great. They're 24. Again, I want to say $24.99 again. It really is a good deal for the 12 pack of them. $8 off.
What happened to your Rangers yesterday?
No, I don't want to talk.
Oh, they
about
lost.
it. I don't
Well, a
wanna talk
toast for a bounce
about it.
back.
I don't want to talk.
A
About
toast
it.
for a bounce back.
Old Frankie Lampard, eh?
Yeah. Oh my
Good
goodness. Oh no. You know it's bad when you fire the manager this early in the year.
Yeah.
Going into a Europa League match.
And you're interviewing Frank Lampard.
Guys,
I don't.
I thought we
No.
said we weren't going to talk about it.
Well, you brought it up.
I didn't bring it up. I was curiously asking. I didn't bring it up. I honestly didn't know what happened. So that's why
I might be done. Watching yesterday.
I might be done.
I might be done watching for the year. So, but anyway, $24.99. We also have a deal with the Scene Points. Spend 100, get 1,000 points. Spend 200, get 2,500 points. Lots of points to be had. But I think we should kind of also have a Brewster's
let's
beer.
have a couple here. I mean, these
So,
are a couple of my favorites.
I think I'm going to go. Let's mix it up from the fruit. Let's go with the Mexcellent
classic name.
Yeah, Cerveza, 4.5% alcohol. I like a good kind of Mexican style beer.
Who doesn't?
Right? In beer we trust. It's kind of on the can here.
What is the beer of the week? You know, we got to go straight to the name. Yeah.
Clean, sessionable beer. 4.5 again. Mexican lager, easy to drink, beautiful beer. We're gonna go there. I brought the raspberry ale as well, the River City Raspberry. If you ever go to Brewster's and they put the raspberries in the beer in the pint for you.
Yeah.
Classic delivery, and then the farmer's
I think we
stand.
were talking about this with Tommy the other day, weren't we?
Oh,
we were talking about Tommy. And
no.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought
no.
He thought the raspberries were in the can, didn't he? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tommy's not the list of smartest dudes in the company.
He's handsome though. He is handsome.
Well, he is handsome. Hey, cheers to handsome Tom Gazzola. Huge wiener himself.
HW.
Cheers. So we
that's so good.
So we've got it. We do have a choose local section in our flyer this week, like a lot of times in our flyer. So we kind of a bunch of the beer that we normally taste on the show. We've got on sale. We got Growlery, Long Hop, SYC, Cabin. A bunch of the guys we really like to drink are all on sale this week. So it's a great one for Thanksgiving for sure.
Perfect. Well, that is excellent. All right, let's get into our. I know you guys must have talked about this last week, right? Was I here last week on Friday? No, I wasn't here last week on Friday, so I'm sure you guys talked about it. But we are launching a beer with Alley Cat and Sobeys. Alley Cat is brewing it. We are naming it. We're labeling it. We're promoting it. You guys are selling it.
You betcha.
And when this beer launches, hopefully on December 1st or whatever, people walk into Sobeys and see our beer and buy it.
It's awesome. We've been talking
That's so
about
cool.
this
I
for
know we have. It's
a
like,
long time.
It's insane. Like
when we finally get it on the shelf and we finally get the customers coming in, like when on the chat when you're talking about it, you can see like make sure it's at this location because I'm going to buy a whole bunch. we'll have it everywhere through northern Edmonton North.
Yeah.
Or Edmonton area. Sorry, Red Deer will have it there, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Right on the right when you walk in every cooler in our stores, it's gonna be right there.
I wouldn't mind, and I'll offer my services free of charge if you want to have me as a sample guy up front. We can have it. You want to get the little booth, you have a little sample,
Awesome.
That type of thing.
Yeah, I think we
3-hour shifts or something.
Yeah,
or cardboard cutouts, whatever you want to do.
That would be hilarious. Yeah.
All right,
no, for sure. I mean, it's exciting for us too. It's a great partnership. It's a great brewery. Yeah, it's a real winner.
TV Burkle saying, "Get it in YYC." Is that the Calgary airport?
Yeah.
We're not. There's no way our beer shows up in Calgary.
Yeah.
Can we get it in Calgary?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll get it in Calgary. We'll get it in Calgary. So that'll be great.
We'll figure it out. I mean, we're going to distribute it through this area, but we'll we can lots of ways to get a hold of me.
Somebody asks, what about Lloydminster? Are we going out? Are we stretching out?
You know what? We can when we get it, we'll figure out.
I don't want to speak for you.
I got stores everywhere.
But if somebody orders a flat in Lloyd, Scott will drive it to you personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. We got 2 great stores there. I can straddle the border, take a picture, and head home. Love it.
All right, so this was our top 5 list, and thank you. We had hundreds of name suggestions. We're going to launch the label contest next week as soon as the name gets official approval from our partners at Alley Cat. The top 5 were the Nasty Cat, which is like a co-brand thing, would kind of be working. And what they say, hey, pick me up a litter, a Nasty Cat.
Yeah, and then they use the flat as a litter box. Some people were suggesting.
That
was a really.
You could take the beer out,
That's
drink
beautiful.
it, and then take a dump in the box.
Sure, yeah.
Actually, I had a buddy one time, quick side story, which I probably couldn't have told on the radio back in the day, but we can tell it here because we do whatever we want. My buddy CK was living with a girl at the time. They weren't dating. They're just like roommates. And her cat would just take dumps all over the apartment. And it was driving CK nuts. So CK took a dump in the litter box, and she came home and was like, oh, my God, look what Fluffy did. And CK was like, yes, look what Fluffy did. And she scooped it on there. I swear to God. We could have CK in for an hour telling stories.
Get him in the hangout.
No, we can't do that. Anyway, that made me think of the litter box story. So it probably won't be Nasty Cat. The other options were Ale of the North, which if we do a spin-off
We'll put it
ale,
on the shelf.
it's
We'll
Ale
get
of the
that
North
going,
automatically.
yeah.
Daddy Likes Lager, 6 o'clocker lager, and the What Say Brew. Now, we did talk about this at the meeting on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And there was a little bit of back-forth discussion on the top 2 that we liked.
That's a healthy
we really
discussion,
liked the What Say Brew, and we really liked the 6 o'clocker lager. But when it was all said and done, when you go into Sobeys starting in early December to get your hands on the Nielsen Show beer, you will be looking for the drum roll, please. The 6 o'clocker lager is where we went. 6 o'clocker lager. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
The first ever
Cheers
Edmonton
to
Sports Talk
Hey,
beer.
conch me. Yeah.
Bingo. Which is why this works out so well. So, a couple of things. Eric, you did like the What Say Brew.
I made up points.
Yeah.
We had a counter discussion. You guys raised your points, and I was sold. I said,
you were like hustling the lock shop where you're like, actually, I'm in.
I was too AM focused and not so much about the 6 p.m., which is a good beer drinking hour.
Absolutely.
6 o'clock somewhere. That's what they all say, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
they all say.
It works so well because our 6 o'clockers will love it.
Yep.
But anybody who drinks beer will be like, 6 o'clocker. I mean,
after work.
It makes sense, the after work lager. So that's a positive. Then on top of that, what do we do in the 6 o'clock hour on this show? We play conches for people. So for the label design, we are requesting that you have a conch on the can. So when you have a 4-pack of 6 o'clocker lager and you want a beer, you just tell your buddy, conch me. And it works out extremely well.
No, it doesn't need to be, it can be big, it can be small, but as long as it's incorporated somewhere.
There has to be a conch on your label design so that we can say, hey, conch me, and then your buddy throws you a 6 o'clocker lager. It's
awesome.
It works well.
It works
right?
so good.
I think it works really good. So, that should be excellent stuff. So we're
That's
really looking forward to it.
That's great.
So as long as Alley Cat approves the name, which I think they will, I don't know why 6 o'clocker lager wouldn't work, then we start on the label contest for the next 2 weeks. It should be a pretty good time. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah. 6 o'clocker lager, conch me. Which is
maybe you can fold the flat origami style into a conch.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Hey, why not?
Why
Why
not?
not? Give it a shot.
Why not?
You have a couple and
I know I'm putting. I don't know if this is a big ask, but Could you sell 1 million of these?
I was hedging at 2.
Okay.
Million.
2 million.
2
Okay.
million.
Yeah. Conservative number.
All right.
Conservative number.
All right,
Alley
we're
Cat's
gonna
have to build a new
transition here because we're rolling Nielsen Show uninterrupted. You get the hell out of here.
Okay.
You're done.
Okay.
Good seeing you, buddy. Hey,
Yeah,
good seeing
you
you.
as well.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Awesome.
Are we're transitioning back. We're transitioning back. Wait, guys, I haven't even played the beer song. Here we go. Matt, is my computer not on?
On the Nielsen Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Done. And we're back. And we're back just like that. Quick transition. I like how you threw all the crap
What do you mean?
garbage
It's
up
all,
there.
yeah.
All right, so Mike Johnson is like in a tie right now. He's like, what the hell am I walking into? Now, usually he would join us around 7:05. He had some stuff on the go today. Mike, I'll say this. We are much more professional at 7:05 in the morning, just so you know.
I am much more unprofessional at 7:05. That's why I like that time. I'm all about the pajamas and the bedhead, but we just taped the top 50 show, so I got to tell everyone how great Connor McDavid was for an hour, which is no surprise to anyone. So that's why I'm dressed up.
Okay, good. I was wondering that because I've been watching the countdown and I've been trying to figure out who that top 10 is going to be. I take part in the CFL top 50, kind of know the process there. I'm assuming it works similar on the hockey side. McDavid's unanimous, right? Like, not to ruin anything here, but how could anybody possibly cast a ballot at the top for anybody else right now?
No spoiler alerts here. Like, we're not going to try to create false drama. We know who the best player in the world is. Everybody knows who the best player in the world is. There is no more question. I'm assuming it's unanimous. I would really like to have a conversation if it's not with whoever doesn't vote him first. Really, it's the point. He's so great. The conversation and the interesting discussion becomes, who's number 2? Is it Leon? Is it Cale Makar? Is it Nathan McKinnon? Is it Austin Matthews? Like, that's the conversation. The number 1 thing, that's decided, that's long gone. It's really about who's number 2 that's interesting.
Well, who did you have it to? I mean, you can talk about your personal list. We'll see what the official list is. But we just did this on the Two Guys and a Goalie show with myself, Matt Cassian, and Joaquin Gage. We had it a little bit different. It was kind of like who you would want to start building a franchise around right now. But we ended up, it went McDavid, Makar, McKinnon, Draisaitl. How'd your list sort out?
McDavid, Makar, McKinnon were my top 3 as well. Yeah. I mean, Makar is interesting because, defense and forwards trying to compare each, the points are different. But Makar, given how unique he is at that position and the offensive production that he's had throughout his entire career, his ability to be great in the playoffs. I went number 2 with him. Nathan McKinnon, it's hard. Like, you're splitting hairs here. These are the very best players in the world. But Nathan McKinnon, I think his third best all time in points per game in the playoffs. I know he's never scored 50, but he probably would have last year if he played every game. He probably would have had about the same number of points as Leon Draisaitl. He was 3rd in points per game in the regular season. I just think Nathan McKinnon, especially without being so reliant on the power play. Like, listen, the power play is great to have, but Leon and Connor just make incredible hay on the power play. Nate McKinnon, not so much. So that slid him just slightly ahead. But, I mean, you can make a case for any of those guys, and throw Austin Matthews in there. Any of those top 5, you could make a case for being 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Where's that conversation at still? And obviously here in Edmonton, we've kind of separated it. I don't know, like, outside the market, how much is Draisaitl's greatness still linked to McDavid's greatness,
It's not.
Yeah.
He's past it, Dusty. I think if you're an astute hockey fan or observer, it's been that way for like 3 or 4 years where you're not really going to say, oh, he's never coattailing, but he's really being dragged.
Since the year McDavid got hurt, right? He missed some time, and Draisaitl won the Hart Trophy.
And he won the Hart. He's won the Art Ross. He's won the Rocket. Like, he's done everything there is to do. Sometimes without McDavid, people appreciate that. Not last year so much, but there's lots of years where he doesn't play with McDavid at 5-on-5 very much. And so that narrative, if there ever was one, it has been long refuted, no longer accepted around the whole league. I think Edmonton, maybe fans have appreciated the whole time, but I think the whole world knows now that Leon is not. Certainly, they help each other because they're both great. It's better to play with great players, but Leon would be great no matter where he played, with or without Connor McDavid.
Mike Johnson with us here on the Nielsen Show. If you're watching on YouTube, you can clearly see it. If you're listening to our online stream, he's an NHL analyst. He'll be joining us every Friday for Pro-Am Sports. If you're looking for that Heritage Classic gear, Pro-Am has pretty much everything you want. You can find it at proamsports.ca. The Oilers, even coming into training camp, there wasn't a lot to kind of sort out here. There's a 12 forward type of spot. The interesting thing so far, actually, and we've debated this a lot already in this market, is Jack Campbell's looked really good so far in the preseason. And I know it's the preseason still, but this has to be encouraging, because if you can get him playing at a better level and Skinner even just being where he was last year, Mike, all of a sudden the Oilers move into like possible juggernaut mode, don't they?
Absolutely. And I think what's interesting is that Jack Campbell, we know he struggled last year. Of course he did, right? But Stuart Skinner was a great story. But Jack Campbell's supposed to be the starter, paid to be the starter, treated like the starter. And I don't think Stuart Skinner, despite having a fantastic year last year, has enough of a resume that he can't be bumped out of the number one spot. I mean, if Jack Campbell plays better than him, then he's the number one guy, the way it was always supposed to be. And I think with goaltenders, unless you have Shesterkin, Sorokin, Vasilevsky, Saros, Hellebuck, unless you have one of those five guys, maybe I'm missing one or two, like you're not really sure year after year how your goaltender will perform. Jack Campbell was great in Toronto, was not so great last year. If he can go back to being great, that's awesome for Edmonton, but now they'll at least have two options of capable goaltenders that, one could be hot at any one given time. And if they get good goaltending with that offense, we can talk about their depth forwards, and they're maybe not as strong as you'd love them to be. We can talk about their depth defensemen, or even how Nurse and Ceci stack up if that's your number one pair if they play together. Sure, no teams are perfect, but you give Edmonton good goaltending, better than league average, top 10-ish, not best, but like 10-ish, then they are going to be very tough to beat regular season or playoffs.
Hey, Mike, just speaking, we're talking Connor, the name Connor, of course, Connor McDavid, we all know here in this market as well. Connor Bedard doing things. Marc-Andre Fleury last night doing his Clint Eastwood Gran Torino impersonation of, get off my front lawn here, son. And last night, again, Connor Bedard, young player, it's just preseason. But early days, early returns, what do you see him kind of evolving into? Original Six franchise here in Chicago, Taylor Hall on the wing. Everybody's thought, wow, are you seeing what this kid's... Look at this. Preseason training camp, yeah. You've been around. Where do you see from his game, and again, watching Connor McDavid develop here in this market as we have, where do you see Bedard kind of going and taking this thing, albeit early days, but you've been around, you've seen a lot of players come and go. You're buying into the hype, obviously, but to what degree, and how do you see this thing kind of evolve with him in Chicago moving forward?
Well, first off, I have two daughters. I should have named one of them Connor. Let's flat out.
Why not, eh?
That was my miss, because they're the same age as Connor Bedard, and they would obviously be playing pro sports somewhere if that was their name. But full disclosure, this top 50 list, I put my list in 3 weeks ago or something. I didn't have Connor Bedard on my list.
Oh, my goodness. Connor Bedard hater.
Wow.
Right. But not because I didn't think he would be great. I just didn't know if he'd be great right away.
Yeah.
I wasn't I watched him at his very best. The World Junior Tournament, where he did things at his age that no one has ever done before, Canada or otherwise. And even then, I'm like, he's just incredibly talented, obviously gifted offensively, but he's not the biggest or the strongest, it seems. And maybe more importantly to me, he's not the fastest. Like Connor McDavid, you're like, okay, that guy's going to skate faster than anyone.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard, he's not the fastest player of the World Junior team, let alone into the NHL. I wasn't sure how he would be able to get time and space to do the things he does with the puck on his stick. I was dead wrong. I mean, I don't care about preseason games. Like, you could not find an analyst who cares less about preseason games than me. What people do, how to evaluate players, it's hard to do. But watching him, he's shown me already that he will be able to find time and space. He can get to open ice. I say he's not a great skater, and yet I never see anyone catch him. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what he's got going on. He's fast as he needs to be to get to where he wants to go. And so I am very bullish. If I could redo my list today, I'd have him on it. I think he will be.
How high would you put him on it? Just curious.
I think around 40.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's hard.
You'd rename your daughters already, too.
There's still also like 40 other really amazing players in the National Hockey League, right? Like,
there's 32 teams. Colorado's going to have 3 guys on the list. Edmonton's going to have 3 guys on the list. It's hard. It's hard to say he's going to be better than Mikko Rantanen. I mean, it's hard to do that. So, around 40. But one thing I watched last night, though, when Marc-Andre Fleury chopped him down, first of all, should have been a penalty. Should have been a redo on the penalty shot. That's a trip. That's a redo. That's the rule. The other part, though, I liked, though, was yes, it's preseason and no one really cares, except for Connor Bedard cared. Did you see this? He gave Fleury the stink eye.
Yeah.
He's like, the hell was that? You can't be doing that to me. With a smile, haha, you got me. That's good times. He's like, he was pissed, which I love. He's got that sort of arrogance, confidence. I'm the guy here. I want to be the guy because I'm good enough to be, and I'm going to do it from day one.
He surprisingly, for young guys coming into the league, and maybe it's different because we've known he was coming for years now, but even in his media availabilities, he looks so comfortable. He's joking with the media in Chicago. He's saying some funny things. He seems pretty loosey-goosey. He looks like he can handle
it's not too big
what's
for him.
about to be piled onto him.
Well, I mean, listen, he's dealt with some version of this for, I guess, since he's been 14. He's the next one.
4 years now, yeah.
So it's been, every team he goes against, they're trying to match up against him. He's the big draw. He was selling out buildings in the WHL across the league last year as a teenager. That is so much to deal with. I don't even want to think what you two guys were like when you were 18, let alone myself.
You don't want to know, buddy.
I would
We're
not
selling out buildings around the dub, I tell you that.
Right. We would not be capable of dealing with that kind of stuff. And yet he's very comfortable because he's dealt with it and he's mature and he's been coached and he's used to being the big deal because he is. And he's going to be again in Chicago. And the other part about it, did you hear his first game, they went to overtime and they asked him you were on the ice for 2.5 minutes and you weren't looking at the bench. He's like, yeah, I want to play.
Yeah, I like hockey.
Kind of rookie in his first game is I'm not looking at the bench because I'm not coming off. I don't care who you have. Sorry, Andreas Athanasiou, you're not getting your shift because I'm hanging.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of I'm the guy because he is the guy.
Just a quick story about 18 because you said you weren't selling out WHL arenas.
Not that I remember.
But when I was 18, I was sneaking into sold out WHL arenas because the ice had moved from Edmonton to Cranbrook, where I was.
Kootenay Ice.
And they had that team with Dan Blackburn and Steve McCarthy, and they were playing the Calgary Hitmen, and you couldn't get tickets. It was Brendel and that team was Brad Moran, stacked teams. So what we would do is my mom worked at an office store. So we would go, I had a huge stamp kit in my car. We would wait till the first intermission. People would come outside. We'd see what stamp was on their arm. We'd run back to the car, get the stamp, and then go and get into the game. And it was the old barn in Cranbrook seated, the first one before they built the new one, it seated 1,800 people. And there must have been almost 3,000 people jammed in here. And we used to sneak in the second intermission for that series, which is still one of the greatest hockey series I've ever seen in my entire life.
That is amazing. Yeah. Stamp kit. You're okay, they got the green triangle that says do not enter. Yeah. Got it.
We'd have one guy to try to get the color right. His whole left arm would be covered in stamps. And then we'd do our stamps on our right arm and we'd walk in. It was and for some reason I kept it hidden under the driver's seat of my car I'd be arrested if we got caught. So no, it was good. MJ, looking forward to being on board with us once again, man, and we'll catch up next Friday.
Thanks
Mike.
for having me.
There you go. Again. Mike Johnson. Yeah, you too, man. You too. That's Mike. What a nice guy. Said Happy Thanksgiving at the end. We didn't even say Happy Thanksgiving to him.
No guests today, actually.
Yeah.
We kind of dropped the ball. It's Canadian Thanksgiving, eh? It's the lesser.
It's the lesser.
Well, it is. The big one, everybody, it's American Thanksgiving, NFL football.
It should be the first week in the CFL playoffs. Should be 2 games on Monday.
You're saying we should change Thanksgiving to the first weekend of CFL playoffs?
He's in the t-shirt now,
this weekend should be first weekend of CFL playoffs.
Oh, I thought you were saying we should change
On Monday, we should have 2 games. 11 o'clock, 2:30.
Hey.
What is this, Major League Baseball playoffs?
No one's working.
No one's working.
I know.
A lot of people do the Thanksgiving on the Sunday.
Yeah, that's
so
what
the
we
Monday
usually do.
you're open. Let's play, and if it gives the advantage to getting the bye even more, because then you play the next game on the Sunday.
I would say put him on the Sunday for travel. You get that day of.
No, take the advantage.
Okay.
If you get that home bye, even better. You're playing on the Sunday. It's the Sunday, and the team has to come off of the Monday.
That's yeah.
And then in 2 weeks we got Grey Cup. Season
Randy,
starting a
line
little
one.
early.
Yeah. Well, we got to get Randy on anyway to push the fantasy football.
Well, all
thing.
the ideas.
So, yeah, no, that'll be
We'll
good.
just pepper
I've
him
got
with
2
ideas.
pieces of breaking news.
What, is this the Bedard McDonald's thing?
It's the Claypool thing.
Oh.
No, that's not a big deal.
The Claypool thing? Agree.
No, Josh Clausen never had a Big Mac till he was
Yeah,
like
but
40.
he's a rapper.
That's true. Josh Clausen didn't have a Big Mac until like a couple years ago.
I was going to say,
finding this out or what?
Oh, no, this was a
my
big
wife
thing.
won't let me get the kids McDonald's. I always want to take the kids for a Happy
Where's
Meal.
this coming
Not
from?
allowed. I mean, no.
Well,
no,
Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard apparently has
Oh,
never
yes,
had
okay,
McDonald's in
yeah,
his
okay,
life,
I see.
which is a lie.
Chicago Bears are trading Chase Claypool to the Miami
Dude, we just said
Dolphins. But
It wasn't big deal.
We just said
I know, but I'm giving you the full details. Did you say the full details?
Well, no, but it's a
Well,
couple
I
of
know.
garbage
It's
picks.
a pick.
But okay, I was just giving you the full details. But that's the second bit of breaking news.
Well, the first one better be a hell of a lot better than the second one. Come on, man.
I was just trying to inform people of what's
yeah.
going on. Coolbet. The
Did
one
we move that
exclusive.
line?
Here we go.
Oh, the
Well, I've
exclusive.
there's not one. There's two.
exclusives. These guys.
They've got the Coolbet line of the day. Bombers lines over 51.5 plus the Buffaloes minus 3.5.
Okay.
At plus 300.
Love it.
They've boosted my parlay.
Good. Good, as they should.
Colorado, Alabama, Washington State all to win. It was plus 567 or something. Plus 650.
Say it again.
Plus 650. Let's
Plus
right,
650.
right there.
That's another thing that. Oh, look at this. Look at fancy graphics guy here.
Hey.
Right
there
there.
we go. Right there.
And there's even the Lock Shop one still.
That's a
You
CFL
can still
one
jump
for
on the
tonight.
Lock Shop
Remind
CFL
me of
one
what that
plus
was.
600.
What was it?
Winnipeg money line. Winnipeg BC over 51.5.
Love it.
And Ottawa plus 6.5.
Yeah, I feel like the Red Blacks keep it close against Montreal.
And that's plus 600.
You are on that lean.
And then you got the plus 300 Coolbet line of the day.
Yep.
And then there's the Mr. Leans. They even called it the Mr. Leans CFB parlay at plus 650.
On that lean.
Mr.
So it's all
Lean
there.
becoming a thing. Oh, I like this. Mr. Lean, Mr. Lean. Cheer for the college teams.
Very simple. When you're on Coolbet, exclusive.
Yeah, just go
For
to
those,
exclusives.
click exclusives.
You basically own the section.
It shows up. There's the Lock Shop Partner Player Parlay, Edmonton Sports Talk Parlay. Click Show Odds. It's right there.
So there we go. That's good.
Was that a decent enough news?
I still don't think you should have brought up the Claypool thing anyway.
It's news.
It's news because it's a horrible idea by Miami. Why do you need to bring in a guy who's basically been trouble wherever he went?
Or maybe
You're cruising along. This, you know why I'm angry about this though? Because I have Braxton Berrios in a bunch of leagues, and he's supposed to be the number 3 guy. So somebody got hurt, but I still think Claypool's. I mean, he's not
Canadian.
The guy.
He's Canadian.
Yes. They get their ratio right.
This is a story. He was a healthy scratch. Was a story.
Disagree.
Bears are winning on multiple fronts, eh? Game last night, getting rid of Claypool.
Let's get into the wrap for William Huff. We got the hangout coming up. Who's on the hangout today?
Today, John Sexsmith and Murray McCourt. Plus, your parents are already here.
Yeah, they came to hang
So
out.
everyone's having a nice chat in
Oh yeah, it's
the
just
studio.
it's a great place out there. Everybody's laughing. My mom
positive.
just started drinking latte as well, and I don't know if it's because I started drinking lattes, but it might be. And she's like, "I'm on the lattes now too. I went to Starbucks."
Hey.
I said, "Get out of here, you elitist."
Big player.
Those are some
That's what I said.
solid drinks.
That's
I will never order a coffee that I had to put my name on.
No, what you do is you mobile order it. That's the trick to Starbucks.
Then you walk in with your
Order
Put
it.
your name on it though. So
They print it off though, so it's all done properly. But
it's
you
printed,
order.
it's not written on the.
Call yourself Utah.
You order it.
Johnny Utah.
You order on the phone, and then you show up, and you just walk in while everyone's standing in their line, waiting for their drinks, ready to
Frustrated.
order,
Yeah.
frustrated. And you just walk past them all. You grab your drink, and you walk out, and they hate you.
Is this the one for Utah
Yeah.
here?
That's the trick.
Well, I didn't know about the tricks. These are all good. All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff text of the day coming up here for A&W as well, and then we'll get to the hangout. We're going to be running a little bit. Let's cruise through this. If you've not yet see how beautiful our studios are and our walls in the office and everything, it's because of the fine folks, Bruce and his team over at William Huff. Visit them at williamhuff.com. They've been around since 1972. And I think they were ahead of the game and even had their website going in 1972. Like that's how great they are.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible stuff.
That's what I learned on the show.
What'd you learn on the show today?
I mean, they had their websites in 1972.
Yeah.
No, the Claypool News takes precedence for me.
Oh my God! Because I was gonna say, you know what I learned? Maddie's putting way too much stock into this Claypool News. I also learned that apparently, if you call somebody your friend, you're not your friend. So,
quote unquote, my friend in the same text of asking for a favor.
That's what friends do for friends.
They don't have to add my friend when asking for a favor.
We'd like to see how this all develops later at Memories. What's the reservation? 6-ish? 6-ish,
Well,
he says?
Yeah, 6-ish. It's supposed to be 6-ish.
6-ish.
All right, let's get to your text.
Oh, he didn't give you a time.
No, not an exact time. No, it's just
He
kind
said
of
6-ish. That's
Oh,
what friends
so-
do. Roll in whenever you want. I'll be waiting for it because we're friends. Like, so that's what I say.
reservation time. That would be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, like you kind of want to.
We're
You
gonna
want to
start eating now,
It's
or-
like you want to. If you only get to see each other once a week, and you want to maximize the amount of time you want to see.
What do
Someone.
you want me to have a sleepover tonight? You want me to be like, hey, we're having a sleepover tonight?
That'd be nice.
God, you guys. Let's get to your sound of the day. I think this was Splash Kick. Was it Splash
Sure,
Kick?
yeah.
The Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
If that's not some sort of workout montage, then I don't know what is. Text of the day today. I saved the one text. Where is it here? Yeah, this is good. This comes back around to your guys' ridiculousness on the suits thing. The text of the day today, you're going to win a gift certificate to A&W, $20 gift card to A&W. You can use it to get your hands on those new Chicken Crunchers sandwiches. They got 3 varieties. If anything were to happen to Dusty, it will be more like the Game of Thrones Red Wedding style. The last thing Dusty hears is Suits sends his regards. And then they slit my throat. And it's probably one of you bastards.
At Memories.
At Memories. I do like the idea of me going there tonight to become a made man, and there's plastic on the floor, and Suits is sitting back like this. I'm like, no!
Red wine smile already.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
producer Heinze, who's with us, he does the Grey Cup. He steps in behind and slits my throat.
You know it's Dort.
And
It'll be
I'm done.
Dort. It'll be the one you
Dort-
least suspect.
Dort
It'll be the one
finishes
you
me off.
least suspect.
Oh, no. That would be brutal.
You're walking into a hornet's nest here.
We'll see what happens tonight. I hope to be calling the Riders and Ticats.
Hey, hope to see you back
I'm going to
Monday.
start the broadcast with, welcome to Regina. I'm still alive. Who's friends now?
If you say joined by my friend Glenn Suter.
Actually,
the
I
rest-
will.
That's what I was
I'm
like,
going to do
you should
that.
be-
I'm doing that
I want
because I can fit
me
that
and my
in.
friend Glenn Suter.
Welcome to Regina. My friend
Uh,
Glenn Suter here to call.
Edmonton Sports Talk listeners are going to love that.
That would be
That
pretty
is such an
legendary move.
inside
I don't know if I
thing
can
for
make that
us.
work. I don't know if I can make that work.
Well, if you guys were friends, you'd make it work, but
Oh
maybe
my
you're
God.
not.
Okay, whatever.
How strong is the friendship?
Show's over. Show's over. We've got the hangout coming up. Murray McCourt, Sexsmith are going to be in for that. I will be back with the Lock Shop today. Then after Lock Shop, I got to whip to the airport. So, Maddie, you're going to be with Tommy Gazzola. Is he connected from his house? Classic Tommy Gazzola, who, by the way, we didn't even talk about this. Tommy's mom bailed on us last night.
Both parents.
Both parents.
Both parents.
Both parents. Him and his brother did seem to have an okay relationship for the night, though. So
Yeah,
that was
they were
good.
they were sitting
Yeah.
at the same booth.
Yeah, no, yeah, but on the other side,
Yeah,
opposite
yeah,
sides,
yeah,
talking to other
yeah,
people.
yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe it was just a look. All right, so stick around. We will auto transfer you right over to the hangout. I'll be back with Lock Shop at 11. Fun show, boys. This was a good one.
Yeah, watch your neck.
Hey, nice knowing you. For Lieutenant Eric, Matthew Wanacom, Dustin Nielsen, take it easy.